Curry gets Horford. Shot clock at 7. 49 seconds left. Pass to Buddy Hield. Right corner 3. Swish! 1:11-104. Time out. Boston.
Oh, baby! What is happening, Tim Roy on the call? 95-70 game, Buddy Buckets with the dagger. Steph with 21 of his 27 in the second half, and the Warriors down 14-3 early. It looks all hairy. Derek White is bombing threes left and right. The bench mob comes in to stabilizes the game. Buddy Hield, GP2, slow-mo with 3 straight threes. I thought Kuminga had some solid minutes. And then Curry took over. Loon dog, the whole damn team. It is strength in numbers right now, folks. And I can just feel it. I can feel it in the air. I can feel it in the streets. I can feel it in the studio. There's a belief now with this basketball team, all right? Yeah, sure, the Celtics didn't have Jaylen Brown. They didn't have Kristaps Porzingis. Sure. But you know what? 7-1, 5 straight wins, 5-0 on the road, 22 in their last 26, and there's something special brewing with this basketball team. I don't know what it is, but something special's happening, Shasky, and maybe that 50-win magic number, maybe we need to bump it up a little bit. I don't know. Maybe I need to pump the brakes. But I like what I'm seeing through the first 8 games of the season. Matter of fact, I don't like it. I freaking love it.
What a feather in the cap kind of win. I mean, that's when we're going to look back on. Like, you got to win 5, 6, 7, 8 of those a year for people to truly buy in. Like, that's how it works. That felt like one of the best wins in a lifetime. Like, it really did. And I'm not trying to hate on last year or the year prior or any of those things. Like, I'm really not. But last night felt so fun and so different. And there's just something about when this team is playing basketball on the road and shutting crowds up. The Boston crowd. Today's not about predictions, feels. It's about Warrior fans. It's about Warrior fans. Buddy Hield, GP2, Kevon Looney, Andrew Wiggins with layups, Draymond Green with some alley-oops to TJD, Moses Moody hitting buckets in the first half. Like, this was a team win led by the chef. The chef, I thought, had his signature game. The guy, if he wanted to lead the league in assists, I'm convinced he could do it. There's no doubt about it. And I don't know, Derek White, you had a really good game. Can you maybe, like, realize he's the greatest shooter of all time and not lay off him? Jason Tatum, what are you doing? This team, I wrote so many notes down from that game. I have so many notes. I am so fired up.
Well, there's so much going on.
Phil Collins? Can you just give it to me?
All right, here we go. My guy started to Paulie back right before our eyes, man.
No, I'm not.
Right before our eyes.
Let's go, Warrior fans. Get ready. Come on, Bonte. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. I told you, don't let us beat the Celtics. I told you. Four-time champion Steph Curry went into the house that he built. Game 4. You looking at me? Yeah, New York. I'm looking at you, the guy through the glass who's the New York Jets fan.
My guy Justin.
Let him know. Curry is back.
Well, Justin told me.
Draymond Green throwing lobs. Buddy Hield doing dances. Buddy freaking Hield. OJ, the glove fits. Buddy Hield fits on this team. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Steve Kerr, you know why you didn't play Jason Tatum at the Olympics? Because he's an ISO player who has no rhythm to his game. He was right. He was right. They won the gold. Jason, sit your ass down on the bench.
I can't get over the OJ line.
Let's go. GP2. Kevon Looney. You thought he was done? How many putbacks did Kevon Looney have last night? Let's go.
34 offensive rebounds for Loon Dog. 34 offensive rebounds for Loon Dog. Don't take off this. I can't get over that. Loon Dog.
I don't want to hear from Tatum. I don't want to hear from Jason Tatum ever again. He had 24 in the second half. He was awesome. But there's no one else going off when he's going off. It's my turn. You guys get out of the way. And the Warriors set unbelievable double teams at him all night. I loved it.
Do you love that Unnamed Player said they're going to win 50?
I can feel it.
You can feel it now. You're on a train, baby. You're on a train right now. Listen, I can't stop laughing.
I don't ever want to hear Jason Tatum slander four-time champion Steve Kerr ever again.
Listen, I can't.
You're not better than KD.
Listen,
sit on the bench.
I can't get over the OJ Club fits. What made you? You're unbelievable. You're one of one.
Bonte, he's got the freshest legs. He's bouncing around.
I know, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Listen.
Has been incredible.
Listen, it's like me. Listen, we had no idea Steph Curry was going to become this player. We had no idea. Once upon a time in Warriorland, we had no idea he was going to become possibly one of the 10 greatest players we've ever seen hit the basketball court. And they're right about Steph. 21 to 27 yesterday. 27
Curry.
points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. The energy, the emotion, knowing when to fill it. He had 6 assists in the first half, and he's just filling his way out because he's saying, well, I got help now. I got Kyle Anderson. I've got Buddy. GP2's pressing full court. We're sending double teams at half court. We got Lou Dog with 34 total offensive rebounds, 6 last night. He's in the top 5 in offensive rebounds per game. He leads the league in total offensive rebounds. Where's Sleprock at? Because he came up with the greatest nickname that I dropped yesterday in the postgame show, Mr. Windex. Because all he does is clean up the damn glass. And you know what? All these guys know about last year. It wasn't just Clay. It wasn't just CP3. Loon Dog took a step back. GP2 wasn't healthy. We know what Andrew Wiggins was going through, and he had setbacks. Kuminga was trying to find his way. Draymond missed 27 games. These guys committed themselves to this basketball team in the offseason, and you can see the work. You can see the work from Looney. He shed 35 to 40 pounds. He looked phenomenal.
He looks phenomenal.
GP2's healthy, and you see the juice in his legs. You see the explosiveness, the timely doubles and traps. The Warriors didn't do this before. Now you're bringing Jerry Stackhouse, a very smart move by Mike Dunleavy and Steve Kerr to say, you know what, let's add some experience to the bench. You bring in Terry Stotts, you bring in Jerry Stackhouse, you bring in Buddy Buckets. You don't even have D'Anthony Melton right now. Slow-mo's shooting heat check threes from the wing.
Oh my God.
It was
the
a KD
form I've ever seen, but it goes in.
Was that Kevin Durant over LeBron James, or was it Kyle Anderson over Sam Hauser? When he pulls up from 3 to hit 3 straight threes, and I'm thinking to myself,
I couldn't believe it.
Maybe this team is something. Maybe there is something in the air. Maybe something special is happening. But they committed themselves to this damn organization, and this team and these group of grown men are going right in front of our eyes, and I'm starting to feel it. I'm saying to myself, I got to calm down. Somebody's got to calm down around here and just pump the brakes and just take it game by game. I'm telling you, enjoy the journey. Do not think playoffs. Do not think Western Conference Finals. Let's take this thing game by game and just really enjoy the ride. You got Cleveland on Friday, and I'm already fired up for that game. But to go into Boston yesterday and to come out the gate to be ice cold, Shasky, 14-3. Frozen.
And then Buddy Hield and GP2 checked in, and it felt like it flipped the game. Did it not?
Oh, my gosh.
Did it not?
Every game, Buddy Buckets and Gary Payton II have flipped the tenor of the game.
He came off the screen and hit a little fingertip three, and I go, this freaking guy has been unbelievable. He has been unbelievable. Like, honest to God, name an athlete who came out of nowhere, who was kind of a journeyman. Like I'm trying to be as respectful as possible. Like, journeyman. How many? 4 locations?
Yeah, New Orleans, Sacramento, Indiana, Philadelphia. This is his 15th.
Is he the comeback player of the year? I know we're 2 weeks in.
No. So far, listen, in all these rankings and player ratings right now when it comes to PER and all that stuff, and he's a top 10 player right now in the league.
He had a layup with the left hand on the transition late in the game. And then don't sleep on Andrew Wiggins. He hit the elbow jumper to take the lead, and it just shut up. All the Dave Portnoys, all the Sully Sullivans from Sully County, all these idiots from Boston. Nothing is better than shutting that crowd up.
You know what? The Buddy Hield phenomenon.
It's unreal.
They traded for him, and I'm thinking to myself, well, he couldn't get off the bench in Philadelphia. What the hell do we know? And Fitz dropping a little nuggy that Chris DeMarco or Rod Adams was around him with Team Bahamas, and he's there. And I watched him in those interviews with Team Bahamas and the way he was speaking. I was like, interesting. And then he gets the trade to the Golden State Warriors, and he starts talking about, I can't wait to play with Steph, that system, blah, blah, blah. I'm saying, okay, cool. He'll play about 15 minutes a game, and he may get 10 to 12 points a game, and, all right, fine. He'll be a nice role player. What he's doing and the way he's doing it, he's moving his legs on defense, I mean, he got caught up in the air with Jason Tatum one time. That's fine. It's going to happen. But he's rebounded he's rebounded the ball. He grabbed 6 rebounds yesterday. I'm blown away by what I'm seeing from Buddy Hield. I am blown away, and he's all the way bought in. But then you get GP2 and Looney, and Buddy Hield has said, man, Looney's the ultimate teammate.
You know how, like, in the cartoon, you'll have, like, the two animals will, like, see each other and they lock eyes, and the eyes turn into love at first sight?
Right.
That's what Warrior fans are with Buddy Hield right now.
It's unbelievable.
He has been perfect. The way Chef was high-fiving him after that dance, I was like, oh, my God.
What is going on here?
I felt like Adrian Peterson. When I seen him hit that shot, I said, oh, my God.
Dude, and he has to back. What I love, though, is the little things, and I can't wait to ask him about this. Whenever he's on the bench and he's got the warm-up on, he has a basketball in his hands. And it's almost like he's there's always those guys that got to have the ball in his hands. And I'm thinking to myself, this guy's interesting. I got to get to know this guy. And he's smiling around everywhere. But listen to what he said about the statement game, because you know what? It was a statement game to put the NBA back on notice. The NBA knows now, the Golden State Warriors might be back. We better start bringing our lunch pails to them. Here's what Buddy Hield said about the statement.
Well, what do you think? I mean, it's just a statement. If we don't win this game, everybody's like, oh, they didn't play nobody. So you got to come make a statement, right? And on the road, so, that's how the basketball world talks. They say we haven't played nobody yet, so we battle tested and got to see if it's real.
The best version of the Warriors is the chip on the shoulder, hungry, I'm out to shove it into everyone's face, Warriors.
It's to doubt this team. It's Steph and Draymond and Steve, and that's everybody's getting credit today because Steve Kerr's pulling all the right strings. Dunleavy's making all the right moves. Everybody's bought in. Kuminga shifting to the bench and bringing energy and defending Tatum. And they were calling some weak fouls, but I don't care. Kuminga's playing well. I
thought Wiggins did a great job.
Wiggins' activity and his energy, and he would have had 21. Willie brought it up in the postgame. He goes, look, if he doesn't smoke the layup, and remember he hit the shot, but they said he stepped out of bounds. That's 21 right there. Wiggins, if you look beyond the box score, had an excellent game. So I just love where this team is at right now. 888-957-9570. I need to hear from Dub Nation. It can't just be us right now. It can't just be us that are having this feeling right now after what we saw at TD Garden, a place they got beat by 52 points last March 3rd. They got beat by 52 by that team.
Bonte, you are been watching every second of this team with a fine-tooth comb since you've been doing that, and before, even going back.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about really, really diving deep.
Yeah.
When was the last time they won a game like this? Because this was like a prize fight.
Yeah, that was.
Boston, big shot across the jaw.
Look.
Warriors, big shot across Boston's jaw. Back and forth. The third quarter, I'm thinking, oh boy. Fourth quarter, back and forth. It was exactly how we talked about it yesterday.
Right.
I don't want one team to take the lead and then, come back late and win late. No. It was, let's trade blows.
They had some wins last year. I don't want to just say everything is
that's what I'm asking.
They had the Phoenix win the night before the Super Bowl where Steph Curry hit the big shot. And that was a body blow game. They came back against the Celtics last year at Chase Center when they were 12-14. They had a big win over Milwaukee, but they're far and in between. But here's the deal. The expectations for this team compared to the last two teams were not as high. We had no idea what this team was going to look like. There was optimism and there was freshness. But I remember in the show meeting, I'm not going to say who. It wasn't you. But in the show meeting, I remember somebody said, well, I'm not really that excited. Are they really that much better than last year? There was a lot of people like that said, we just don't know. So the expectations and the bar was so low for this team, Shasky. And so far, they're exceeding the expectation that everybody had. Now, we were happy that, hey, we're going to see something fresh. They didn't get the loyalty contracts out. They tried to turn the page, and we had to say goodbye to an absolute legend. That happened, and we'll see him on Tuesday night because when the Dallas Mavericks come to town. But now that you got Buddy who's bought in, they go to Hawaii and training camp. Whatever happened to Hawaii, they need to go to Hawaii every year for training camp, for crying out loud. They're doing yoga together, and we're all laughing, but you know what? Something out there in Hawaii, they bought in, and they committed to their roles, and that's the one thing, Shasky. That's the one thing I'm going to keep harping on here with the Warriors. Because I do think yesterday was a feather in the cap type win, but I want to get greedy. I want Friday and I want Sunday. I want to beat OKC. I want to beat Cleveland. And there's no doubt about that. To really take this league by storm. But the way Steve Kerr has defined everybody's roles in the first 2 weeks of the season, that was something we didn't have last year.
This is a top 5 offense and defense right now.
Yep.
That's the recipe for winning in the modern
real
NBA.
quick, on the roles, though, because last year we always talked about whether so-and-so's going to the bench or this guy's starting or this guy's not happy. And these guys had defined roles, and they have them before the season started. And I think that helps. I think that does wonders for a basketball team when you know what you need to do when you get out there on the floor.
Well, there's no doubt about it, but also you're playing the hot hands. Right. And like you're kind of going with form. And so to me, it's like a double-edged, like they're doubling down on everything. Like, hey, the rotations are going to be based off who's playing well and who gives us our best opportunity. Look, I've been wanting to make trades and get rid of this guy and get rid of that guy. And I mean, depth on any given night, it's a different sword that's stabbing the opponent.
I haven't heard Giannis's name this entire week. I haven't heard it.
Well, I mean, you keep playing like you did like the other night. I mean, Curry looks galvanized.
Curry looks phenomenal.
I mean, the shots that these guys were getting against a great defense in Boston, right? I know they're missing their best defensive player or second best, depending on how you view Drew. And then I don't know if you noticed it, there were multiple occasions where Boston, because Dre has actually hit some threes this year, they closed out on him. He went right by through the alley to TJD.
Unbelievable. And how about Dre? And how about
fans,
this?
where are you?
Yo, they're 888-957-9570. How about Draymond hitting the big free throw to seal the deal? Draymond Green, 5 of 6 from the free throw line last night.
Hey.
The Warriors overall as a team in the fourth quarter, they've been missing their free throws. They missed a ton the other night in Washington, D.C. They missed 18 against Houston Saturday night. 12 of 13 in the fourth quarter last night in Boston from the free throw line. So they knocked their free throws down. Steph was 7 of 7, Dre 5 of 6. I love where this team is at. 888-957-9570. Come on, Warrior fans. I know we got a Niners game on Sunday. They got a huge game. But this Warriors team, this organization, they may just be back. And think about what they're not doing. We haven't heard from Joe Lacob in a while. We haven't heard from Mike Dunleavy in a while. They're laying in the cut, watching this thing brew. It percolates, Jasky. I can see it in your eyes. I can see it. You're ready to roll.
I couldn't sleep last night. I was so happy.
Too hyped up. I was too hyped up.
I was so hyphy. I called Mark Grandy on the postgame show.
Oh, my God. No, you didn't. When did you call him?
Swear to God.
Because I was listening to Grandy. I didn't hear you. Oh, my God. I must have just parked the car.
You must have. I was on fire.
Oh, wow. Oh, this guy's hijacked Grandy's show.
Well, Grandy, I could feel that he needed a little help.
He didn't need no help.
You know, sometimes the fire needs a little oxygen.
Listen, I was listening to Grandy, and I was like, okay, he's got it. Because every day I get in the car, and I hear either Grandy, Evan Giddings, and the other night, Lubin, and I look at my phone, I said, maybe I should just... And I was like, no, I'm going to let them boys cook. Yeah. They're rolling.
Yeah, see, I don't have that kind of discipline.
No, you don't. You don't have that much space. Oh, man.
I need you to get me my music. I need Vince McMahon. No chance in hell. I need that coming back.
I don't think we want to bring up that name.
Because I am walking in, no chance. That's what I'm going to say to Boston every time. They don't want to see us in the finals.
You don't need Vince McMahon. That's not, you brought up Vince, you brought up OJ. Let's chill.
Don't talk about that.
Let's chill. I want to have a job by 10 o'clock this morning. All right, more coming up. 888-957-9570 is the number. Dub Nation. What's the most impressive aspect of this team so far? What is it? Turnovers? Is it steals? Is it traps? Is it defense? Is it offense? Is it bunny buckets? I want to hear from Dub Nation. 888-957-9570. That's coming up. Brought to you by the San Francisco International Airport.
Heading out to catch the next big game? Start your journey right.
the game. You better hit those brakes, Monte.
I don't know about today, Steve. I need every second I can get.
Wait. You've got no chance. Jason Tatum, no chance in hell. You've got Boston.
How about the three guys sitting courtside? You see the three guys sitting courtside with the USA Tatum shirts to try to troll the Warriors and Steve Kerr.
Just like Tatum on the bench?
One of them tried to stand up. One of them stood up with Curry. Then Curry hits the three and he starts barking at him. I was like, oh, they did poke the bear. They did poke the Bears. Curry scores 21 of his 27 in the second half. By the way, shout out to our great friends at Floyd Water Plumbing and Drain. If you're going to call it to the roast today, you better bring it. You better bring it. Because if you don't, you know what'll happen. You'll get flushed. Brought to you by Floyd Water Plumbing and Drain. Hey, Shasky, I want to hear from Dub Nation.
I am floating today.
I'm feeling really good.
The Boston crowd up.
Yeah, but it ain't just that. It's not just that. It's not just Boston.
God, I hate Boston.
I'm in the mindset that it's not about them.
No, I know.
It's about what we're doing. It's like the 49er mindset, right? It's not about how they're playing. It's about how we're playing. We control this thing. And you know what? The Warriors right now are controlling the way they play, and they're controlling the game. They controlled the game yesterday for the most part. And the biggest thing we didn't touch on in the first segment before we get to the lines, the way they dealt with adversity last night. Oh. That game was getting away from them. 95-88, and they go on a 16-3 run to take that game back over. To deal with the adversity in that building against the Chaps when they're starting to roll and the crowd's on top of them, that's another check mark in the young season here. Can you deal with fourth quarter adversity? And so far, twice on this road trip, they've done that, Shasky.
I mean, they fall down 92-86 after the Keita little pick twice, and then he rolls and gets the wide open dunk. Looney gets a putback. Derek White hits a huge three, and you're like, it's 95-88. And from that point on, Wiggins layup, Curry fouled on a three, Holiday fakes Dre for a layup, and then you just trade scores back and forth for a while. And I'm telling you, that's the way I wanted this game to go. I wanted the Warriors sitting in the middle of the ring like a prize fight, just taking blows and delivering blows. And that's exactly what happened. And I'm telling you, watching Curry just shake and clap it up with Buddy Hield, I felt that in every ounce of my body.
I think every Warrior fan felt that. Everybody felt that. Let's go to the line. I want to hear from Dub Nation. Tony in San Francisco. Tony, what's happening?
What's up, Tony?
Woo, man, this is fun to watch, isn't it? Oh, my goodness. Awesome. I'm just enjoying the moment. What we got here, it's an interesting juxtaposition to what's going on with the Niners, right? It's like they had a great offseason, the Warriors. Everyone's healthy. Everyone's gelling. And at the moment, this is what a strong team looks like. And it's really fun to watch. What's awesome is my mother and I, she's 80 years old, and she just loves the Warriors. She loves Steph Curry. She loves Steve Kerr. And we always text during the game. And it's so special when the team's doing so great. Getting these texts from my 80-year-old mother saying, wow, Buddy Hield, he's such a gentleman. Did you love that. Did you hear what he said post-game conference? What a gentleman. I really like that young man. It's just so cool. I'm having a great time with this team, man. What a great distraction from everything else that's going on in the world, right?
Absolutely.
Totally
absolutely. Let's go to Sabrina in the city.
Call.
Sabrina in the city. Sabrina, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, you guys?
What's going on, Sabrina? You tell me.
The coffee tastes great this morning.
I mean, I'm excited, but I think it's like what you guys said. I think it started a long time ago. Like everybody keeps saying, oh, it's a young season, but these guys were able to build chemistry in Hawaii. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of coaches start saying, I got to do my training in Hawaii and bringing my guys out there. I mean, if you guys been to Hawaii, you know how refreshing it is. You know how you could just kind of take yourself out from the world, what stuff that Wiggins was going through. They probably was building stuff with him, let him know they're here for you. But then it just carried on into the regular season.
There's no doubt. I think this Hawaii trip, that's a great point, Sabrina. And here's Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield, I just can't believe what the hell is going on with this guy. I'm blown away.
Well, I'm not. As the leader of the Buddy bandwagon, driving it all the way across America.
Shasky, you believe that he was going to have this impact on this team?
After a couple games, I did.
No, all right. That's fair.
Well,
that's fair.
Look.
No, seriously. I
slept on the Buddy Hield thing. But,
it wasn't just sleeping on him.
Once I watched him, I was like, dude, this team loves him.
No, they do love him.
They love him.
They do love him. I couldn't get – and I just keep asking the question. Indiana played at the fastest pace in the league. They couldn't use Buddy Hield. They traded him.
Yeah, but
and I'm thinking about seriously. And then I'm thinking about Philadelphia in the playoffs. I'm saying they needed a shooter. They didn't play him. What was going on there? They may be looking at themselves saying, "Damn, the Warriors and their system and everything in the fit."
This is the thing I would say about Buddy. Like, his legs look so fresh.
They do.
The way he's moving off ball, like he's always finding the open spots. And if you move without the ball will find you in this system. It's pretty simple.
It is simple.
And also, I underrated how quickly his release is.
Yeah, he's got one of the quickest.
Oh, my
So I was listening to Tim Legler. Tim Legler was on SportsCenter. They were breaking the game down. And Tim Legler says, look, man, he basically said what I just said. I can't believe what's going on out there with Buddy Hield. And I'm sure everybody's kicking themselves thinking, how did we miss on this guy? But Tim Legler was like, he's always had one of the quickest releases from the three-point line. So you get him in this system next to Stephen Curry in this role, and now you got something cooking. And this is what I thought we were going to see coming out of Oklahoma. I really did, because I love Buddy Buckets in Oklahoma. And then he went to the Kings, and I'm just like, oh, he dogged it. And I was in a lot of those locker rooms where his attitude, and I get it, when you're in a losing culture, you're going to sulk. He's now in basketball heaven. He feels like he's in basketball heaven. Just listen to Buddy after the game.
You know, we just stick together, play unselfish, trust Steph Curry, Draymond being defensive anchor, Gary coming in, subbing in and out, making stops, making stuff, Wiggs coming up big, Kyle coming up big, Moses finishing the second quarter for us and coming strong. This is a collective big group. Lenny coming to the bench, playing good minutes, and just Lonely being lonely, just everybody together, and that's deep putting us in the right spots, for us to be effective.
I mean, listen to that guy. And 650 Comcast Business Text Line said preseason in Hawaii. He's calling it the Aloha algorithm.
Ooh, I like that.
The Aloha algorithm.
Well, I've got a little Aloha algorithm in February. But, Bonte, he's making $9 million this year. He makes $9 million next year.
Yeah, I know.
And then he makes $9.5 million the year after that.
Isn't there an option on that
and
last
then a player option in 2027, 2028. This might be one of the best bargains in the sport right now.
Yeah, this is unbelievable.
$9 million,
unbelievable.
$9 million, $9.5 million, and then a player option.
You got to give Mike Dunleavy credit.
What a steal!
The plan A, plan B, and I'm watching Paul George yesterday with the Sixers, and I know he just came back, the second game back, and there's no Joel Embiid. I'm so damn happy that it's okay, Paul George. I'm so damn happy that didn't happen. Let's go to
the guy was made to be a warrior.
He may have been. Let's go to Jose in Alameda. Jose, what's happening?
Yo, what's going on, Bonte Hill? What's going on, Shasky?
What's up, Jose?
Man, the Warriors looked impressive last night, man. We looking back how we used to look. I do feel like Draymond did a couple silly mistakes, but other than that, we looking good. Looney's looking perfect. Man, the chef is the chef. And, man, I think we're going to make a run. What you guys think?
We're 8 games in. They're 7-1. I'm just enjoying the ride.
Bonte, it's late fourth quarter, under 2 minutes to go. And Draymond takes a corner three.
In the
completely air balls.
Yeah.
But Looney puts it back.
But it was a pass. I gave him the assist on that one.
It was not a pass. But here's what I would say. I want him shooting that shot because that's a shot generated that must be taken. I live by the Don Nelson theory. A shot that's generated that gets a wide open look must be taken.
Right.
Otherwise, you will settle for a worse shot.
Well, you bring up Don Nelson because if Draymond didn't take that shot and Don Nelson was coaching, he would have yanked his ass. Don Nelson would have said, come sit next to me on the bench. You got to shoot that shot.
Early in the game, he missed everything. But then he took like a mid-range fadeaway and airballed that.
Right.
And I said, you know what? It's okay. I even said in the thread.
Just
what I said.
Aggressive. Just be aggressive.
Shooting.
Be aggressive.
I'm not saying shoot 28 times a game, but just like 8, 9, 10 times. It's not the worst.
Be aggressive. There's a lot to like right now. We're going to get to all. We got 2 minutes. I'm going to squeeze another call here.
Dog.
We'll get to Lou Dog in a second. Jason in Concord. Jason, what's happening? You're on the roast.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you for calling my call. Hey, the Warriors looks really good right now, but the question here, how we measure with the big boys? Yeah, we had a big boy yesterday. We beat them at their own place, but I'm talking about later. Is the Warriors are they looking into signing a big name, or are they satisfied with what they see, and is this sustainable to win in the playoff games and the playoff series?
Well, so far, so good, and we're only in November. So we're a long way away from the playoffs. There's a lot that can happen. Let's just see what happens during the first 20 games and enjoy the ride. We all want to still, there's a lot of question marks. Is it sustainable? Can it continue to play 11, 12 guys? Will guys still be happy in their roles if they face a little turbulence? Right now, I'm feeling good.
Well, you know what the beauty is? You just beat the defending champs. You get the Cavaliers.
Who are undefeated.
And you get the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Who just lost for the first time last night.
So you're looking at teams that I believe are 23-3, or what is it?
They were 22-1 entering last night.
And now they're 22-3?
23-3. Whatever.
These are the 3 best teams in the league right now.
And 415 Comcast's business text line. Can Coach Curry get some props? Well, I gave him props in the first segment, and I'll continue to give him props. We need to put some respect on Steve Kerr's name.
I know.
He's pulling all the right strings. All the right. And may I say, he may be the coach of the year this year if they continue to keep this up.
Well, not only should we put some respect on his name, we should also put some respect on Law Murray's name for power ranking the Golden State Warriors 4 in the contender top tier list.
Oh, my God. We'll talk to Law Murray at 8:30, believe it or not. We'll talk to Law. Oh, Bruce Crew Frazier, 9:30. Bruce Crew Frazier will join us at 9:30 as well as we talk a little Dubs here on the Morning Roast. That's all coming up. Brought to you by Fremont Bank, celebrating 60 years of full-service banking with no compromises.
Do you have a child who doesn't... Morning Roast is live on YouTube right now. Take it away, Bonte.
All right, Steph, we'll see you in Cleveland tomorrow night, and we're happy. We're ecstatic as the Warriors beat the Celtics on their home floor at TD Garden, 118-112. Steph Curry with 27 points, 9 assists, 7 rebounds. 21 of his 27 coming in the second half. In money time, Andrew Wiggins with 16, Buddy Buckets with 16 and 6. And how about Loon Dog? We haven't even discussed Loon Dog yet. How about Buddy Hill talking about Kevon Looney? Huh? Loon Dog with some big offensive rebounds down the stretch.
He's just so unselfish. You know, it's hard to find people, especially, you know, like bigs want to score. They want to, like, put the ball in the basket. You know, he doesn't fight, argue for guards, take his rebounds. He's just the ultimate teammate, man. And, you know, just love being a part of it, love playing with him. He sets screens, he rolls. He's just that guy you need, and he's always on time.
Even Steph spoke about Loon Dog's night.
Very reminiscent of every big moment that he's been a part of to help us win at the highest level. That whole 22 playoff run, you know, there's been times in the last 2 years where he's made huge contributions, and I'm so happy for him that he's getting rewarded with the work that he put in the offseason to get his body right, and he's moving well. He's able to still be physical, and he's just super smart. We know he knows where to be at all times and how to play position basketball, so it's been great.
Selfless basketball, unselfishness. 6 offensive rebounds yesterday, 34 total offensive rebounds on the young season. He's averaging over 4 offensive rebounds per game, and he's doing it in limited action. You know, last night he just played 16 minutes, Shasky, but he's in that closing lineup when it's winning time. And that lineup out there in winning time, Looney, Draymond, Wiggins, Curry, and Buddy Hield. That may be the final 5 moving forward because Buddy spaces the floor with his shooting. We know what Steph does. Draymond's IQ defensively and offensively. Wiggins as a top lockdown defender on the perimeter. And Lou Dog knowing that, hey, TJD, this is how you play. And TJD's playing fine. I don't want to dismiss TJD at all. TJD's having a hell of a start to the season. But to go to old man Loon Dog, Mr. Windex, you know me, I'm a big Looney guy, man. And to see him lose that weight in the offseason, to take his offseason seriously, I'm really feeling where Looney's at right now. Why is the way I hear typing? Spinoni may want to pop me down. And I thought that was you typing, Shasky. I was like, what the hell are you typing over there? That's London typing back there. I heard him in my ear.
Hammering away at 5 in the morning. I come in, I'm like, how are you doing? I'm like, geez Louise.
You're going to need a new keyboard, man.
Putting in that work, baby. That's what I do.
What work are you putting in right now?
A lot of producer stuff. It's very technical.
Like what?
Are you changing the colors on YouTube?
No, the words, the color's going to be blue today.
All right.
Maybe teal for a second. We'll see.
The other day, Lob in on our show call. We're talking Warriors and Celtics, and we're discussing the topics.
Oh, this is hilarious.
And he threw in, if we want to, Giants Camilo Devine. I said, Seb, I don't give a damn about the Giants right now. And I'm not
that's
bringing
not
up
exactly
Camilo
how
Devine.
I said it, but, don't let the facts get in the way.
How did you say it? How did you think you said it?
I just said, and by the way, I guess the Giants are getting offers for Camilo.
And I said, and what did I say? I know what I said.
You said you don't care after that. I'm saying what I said.
I don't give a damn about Giants baseball right now.
Yeah, that part you got right.
I got the Warriors and the
Niners. You got the part that I said wrong.
Yeah, I don't care about Camilo Duvall. We're not going to waste time on Camilo Duvall.
Hey, Spadoni, you ever watch The Simpsons?
Yeah.
Okay. There's a scene where Homer says he has a memory like an elephant and he remembers everything. And he's like remembering back in a moment. He's got these huge biceps. He's got a full head of hair and the phone rings. He's like, hello, Mr. President. And he's like, I remember everything exactly the way it happened. That's Sam and Bonte right now.
Say, man. Camilo Duvall. We don't give a damn.
What are you saying?
We don't give a damn about Giants baseball.
I'm closer to saying... And closer to saying that maybe, just maybe, I don't know, Spadoni, take it away.
I think I know what he's saying. I think he's saying that Bonte's going to get some playoff checks. As we're saying out loud, Shasky and I, that we both believe this team can make a deep run in the playoffs.
Absolutely. I told you, don't let us beat Boston.
No, you said 20 games. I'm holding you to that.
I said 10.
No,
but that Boston win felt like 5.
Let's go to Oscar in Stockton. Oscar, then we'll get to Dave, Miguel, Alfonso. Everybody's going to get on here today.
By the way, I'm retiring from predictions after winning.
Yeah. Did you hear Billy on the pregame?
Go out on top.
He said the Warriors going to win in the blowout?
Yeah, I know. And I said to the boys in back, I go, Shasky can be as confident as he wants. Bonte scoffs at it. The second Mully says anything, it's like the word of God.
No,
like
no. I was
tablets.
like, no.
Bonte's coming down like he's Moses.
No.
The Ten Commandments from Chris Mullins.
One's a Hall of
Famer. Mully has blessed us with a guarantee that the Warriors will win.
I was like, whoa.
I'm the village idiot.
Whoa. They were on their way to a blowout. Yeah, because sometimes you just say things. Because I turned to Taylor and go, well, I'm a little worried about this. And I was like, uh-oh, here we go. But talk that talk today, Shasky. Talk that talk.
Go, man.
Oscar is Soxy.
It's not
What's
about
up?
being right or wrong. But in this case, I was right.
I'm just listening to the comedy show this morning, man. Y'all got me hyped. You know, hey.
Don't you hate Boston? Don't you hate Boston?
Hey. Man, you know I hate Boston. I'm from the town, man. You all day, every day. My whole thing is that the national media, everybody want to criticize Steve Kerr. Like somebody said earlier, Jason Tatum has always been a one-on-one player, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't fit a scheme like that. I've been watching him since high school. He always been like that. My whole thing, but we talking about the Warriors. I don't care who they had. So what, they were missing 2 players. We was too. But the national media, the way how they talked about the Warriors, Perkins and everybody, now they're switching to them because one thing I told you guys about last week, our young players is just as better than anybody else young players. And Steve Kerr is a hell of a coach, and we got a hell of an organization. Not only that, Steph Curry, everybody talking about, oh, yeah, the Summer Olympics has improved everybody's game. So what makes you think Steph Curry didn't come back in the same mind like, yeah, the world knows I'm the man. Everybody knows that. We've been watching Steph do them shots for many years. So guarantee you, Steph came back with real confidence that with me on the court and new players that we got, like Buddy Hield, because I live in Stockton. I've been watching Buddy play for years.
What was the rap on him? What was the rap on him? Because we watched a few Sacramento games. I covered a few Sacramento games. I was just like, maybe it's the culture. Is it Buddy? Is it the culture? But then 2 other teams gave up on Buddy.
No. Why? You know why? I just said, we got the best coach. They don't know how to use him. That's the whole thing about it. Buddy been the same player. And I'm like, watch the Kings game. Why are you taking him out? He's your best shooter. That's why he was meant to be a Warrior. You got to have a good coach, man, to give you the confidence to go out there and play your game. That's why he said this is the first time he feel free since Oklahoma.
I know, it's
he's playing with
crazy.
Steph Curry, man. Hey, man, go Warriors, man. I'm telling you, man. And we're going to beat Cleveland and Oklahoma City. We the champions. Ain't nobody won 4 championships in 10 years. We ain't scared of nobody, man. And good luck to Clay. That's my boy, but good luck to Clay. I'm a Warrior to the heart, always, man.
Boy.
Go Warriors.
Hey, these next 4 games, Cleveland, OKC, Dallas, and Klay Thompson, and then the Memphis Grizzlies. John Morant and company are talking that talk. They're talking that talk to the LA Lakers. They blew them out by 17 yesterday. These next 4 games, man, I keep looking at this guy. I'm like, wow, another big game. Wow, this is juicy. Another measuring stick. And these Warriors, they're starting to believe. And 2 things here, Shasky. We're going to get back to the lines in just a second. Defensively, they're so much better at the point of attack. Even the blow-bys, if they are getting blown by, the recovery as a team defender from all these guys, from the weak side help, the strong side help, they are so locked in defensively. The traps that they're throwing at half court, that's got to be Jerry Stackhouse. I can't wait to ask you about that. Who is dialing up these traps, these doubles at half court and coming up with steals and loose balls? But then another thing, the discipline. The Warriors, for all these years, used to turn the ball over, Spadoni and Shasky, all the time. Turnovers, 16 turnovers a game, 17 turnovers a game. Didn't matter because they had so much firepower. Well, they're being more disciplined. As Steve Kerr mentioned it last night, saying we are not the same team that we were 5 or 6 years ago. We cannot just throw 5 or 6 possessions away. So far, they're in the top 10 in turnovers per game. Just over 13 turnovers per game. And last night, Shasky, 11 turnovers. If they take care of the basketball and get up shots, they're going to be in a lot of basketball games, man. Those are 2 areas that they've dramatically improved in from the last couple seasons.
I also just think that we're sleeping on Steph Curry. Like, I know you've talked about this. Like, you're like, hey, we go, hey, Steph Curry's amazing. 888-957-9570, and we don't get any calls because people don't want to celebrate how great people are.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird. It's the weirdest thing to me.
But Bonte, I don't think this is sacrilege to say this out loud. We're watching the greatest old guard in the history of the NBA. We're watching in real time a man who's about to turn 37 years old.
Yeah.
And he is aging like a fine wine. There are two players who got better as time went on in this market. Obviously, Barry Bonds and Steph Curry. And I would throw Jerry Rice in there because he had vintage seasons late.
Mm-hmm.
But in basketball, it's so much harder.
Especially as a guard.
Okay, so I'm looking at, I just did a deep dive last night. I'm looking at all the old guards. Like, these are the top 5 greatest players after 35 at the guard position. Jason Kidd. He was averaging 8 points and 7 assists a game.
Mm-hmm.
Now, we all know how great Jason Kidd was. Steve Nash, 14 and 10 after turning 35, which is great. 13 and 9 from Chris Paul. Reggie Miller, you know, the points went all the way down from 20 a game to 14.
Now let me stop
at Stockton.
Let me stop at their Nash, Kidd, and CP3, because I hear you on the numbers, and our numbers did decrease a bit, but they weren't asked to do the things Stephen Curry was.
Well, that's where I'm going with this.
You know what I'm saying? They weren't natural scorers. They were throwing dimes, and they were score second, pass first.
None of them led their team.
No doubt.
They were the number 2 option.
All the time. Steph Curry's the number 1 option.
The
no
number
doubt.
1 player, if you look at the algorithm, 35 and older because of the 19 seasons played, John Stockton is one of the greatest old guards ever, right? Steph Curry is dwarfing his numbers.
No doubt.
Dwarfing his numbers. To do what he's done at his age?
Well, it's the way he's doing it, too, because it's all the movement. Those other guys didn't move, and all those other guys had the ball in his hands. The most deadliest, I think the most, and this is some fans, you know, you hear a lot of pushback. Warriors need to run more pick and roll. They need to do this, put the ball in Steph's hands. His greatest attribute is being able to move without the basketball. Is being able to run off multiple screens. You see the play late in the game where he gets the layup, and Andrew Wiggins sets a pin down. Draymond Green's looking in that direction, and Steph Curry kind of jukes like he's going out to the three-point line off the pin down set by Andrew Wiggins. And Drew Holiday and Jason Tatum just fly to the three-point line. And whoop, Steph Curry goes back door, easy layup. The final play where Buddy Hield hits the dagger. Jason Tatum falls asleep because of the gravity of Stephen Curry. So there's no doubt. He is a wizard right now. The way I love the way he's playing. Oh my gosh. It's like old school game, filling it out, 6 assists in the first half. And he's just flying in different ways to interject himself in the game while allowing his teammates to feel empowered by shooting the back. He's the greatest leader possibly in NBA history. There's Magic Johnson. There's Larry Bird. There's Tim Duncan. Steph Curry's right there. You want to talk about the greatest leaders in the last 40 years in sports history.
It's Tom Brady.
There's Tom Brady, and there's Stephen Curry.
Yeah, Jeter.
Derek Jeter's right up there.
I'm just trying to think outside
Derek
the box.
Jeter's there, but it's a short list.
Yeah, it is.
It's a short list.
Beat. Since turning 35, he averages 27 a game.
Yep.
I just want to say that out loud. Since turning 35, he averages 27 a game.
And he really, yesterday was like his best game. Now he came back from the ankle injury Monday and had 24 points in 24 minutes, and he had the 6 assists.
He carried the USA team to a gold medal at 36 years old. He's turning 37 in March.
I know.
I know we get caught up in just never wanting to give him the appropriate due. He's the greatest old guard of all time.
He's the greatest leader probably in sports history, too. And it's just beginning, man. Let's just hope for good health for Stephen Curry here.
You said he's the greatest leader. I would go a step further and say I thought it was Jerry Rice, like the best conditioned athlete I've ever seen in my life.
Stephen Curry.
I think it's Steph.
Well, Jerry, I don't want to dismiss Jerry.
No, I'm not dismissing.
But Steph is right there.
He plays 80 games a year.
Steph is right there. Steph is right there. A little humor here from Oreo Cookie on the Comcast Business Sex Line. The Hawaiian Punch is now the Hawaiian Bunch.
Time for the legal.
Let's just let that breathe for a second. As that segment was
just incredible.
Golden State, serving the Bay Area for 3 generations. When you succeed, we succeed. Visit GoldenStateLumber.com. I can't believe Guru put that together, man. I can't believe he did. I almost wrecked my car when I heard that live. You're listening to 95.7 The Game, KGMZ FM and AC1, San Francisco, an Odyssey Sports Station. Always live on the free Odyssey app. All gas on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Isn't it time for you to discover the islands, River Islands and Lathrop? We're going to talk to Law Murray at 8:30 for The Athletic.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Law with the power rankings. It'd be good to reconnect with Law Murray. I can't believe how that whole thing went down. I can't believe how that whole thing went down.
Well, just don't be mad at two Menches cutting it up, talking about power rankings in the NBA.
Nobody's mad.
You know?
Law Murray's my guy. The fact that you didn't know some guy named Law Murray, you know who he is?
No, I said a journalist.
Yeah. Were you stunned that I knew who he actually was?
Not really. You know everything.
No, I don't know everything. I know what I don't know. That's what makes me great. I don't know much about Star Wars. I don't fake it.
You know, the Buddy Hield thing, I've been wrapping my head around, like, this is a guy who clearly had promise and, like, didn't deliver necessarily to the promise, and then comes to this situation and is, like, perfect. You know, Jim Plunkett for the older crowd. Jeff Kent. You know, like Jeff Kent had some, no, is he as impactful for this team as what Jeff Kent? I mean, time's going to tell. I doubt it. Steve Young was a high pick, kind of flinged out, came here, reclamation project. There are very few guys that I could comp to what I've seen it's 2 weeks, but my God, this Buddy Hield thing is incredible.
It is incredible. Let's go to Dave in the city. Dave, what's happening, man? You're on the roast.
What's up, fellas? Good morning.
Good morning.
Shasky got me hyped right now,
Let's
man.
go.
We've been hyped for like this whole hour just listening to y'all go in on the Boston Celtics. You know, we had to go in there and show them what's up because, you know, we got in their butts in 2022. And I'm just hyped because the strength of numbers is back. Buddy leading that second unit. I think he got Sixth Man of the Year coming up. And Kerr is cooking. Everything is firing on all cylinders. But I'm just juiced to have Curry. Like you guys said, you got to give him his flowers now. Because, the U.S. got to enjoy him for the Olympics for a couple games, and they got to see what we've been enjoying for the past decade, over a decade. We're blessed. Let's get this man his 5th ring, and let's go. Let's go. I'm hyped. And let's go forget the other teams. Let's go get the Mavericks. I want that revenge game.
Oh boy, that Mavericks game is going to be juicy on Tuesday night. Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving. That's going to be heated. I think that game. There's going to be some tensions in that game. I just have a feeling with Clay in the building, and knowing how Steph thinks, and knowing how Draymond operates, and knowing how Joe Lacob operates, they want that game bad. They want that game very bad, and they want to blow them out. I'm telling you right now. I just know how they operate. I've been around this organization for too damn long. They want to send a message to Klay Thompson saying, "You left us, dude. You left us." Now, I get why he left. You know, I'm always going to understand that. And it was for both parties. It's been good for both parties. Dallas is happy with Klay. They're rolling. The Warriors are rolling with Buddy and Kyle Anderson and DeAnthony Melton and these youngsters here. Everybody's getting minutes. It was a win-win for everybody. But you better believe that Tuesday night, when they honor Klay Thompson, once the ball gets tipped off, the Warriors are going to want to win that game by 30. They're going to want to go at him. They're going to want to go at Luka. And they're going to want to send a message to the entire NBA that we're back. They're going to want to send this message to Klay Thompson saying, you know what time it is. You know how we roll. So, yeah, Tuesday could get a bit testy. There's going to be some trash talk. There's going to be some finger pointing. It's going to be hype, buddy. It's going to be hyped inside that building. I can't wait. But we got Cleveland and OKC on deck. Let's go to Alfonso Kashasky. You're feeling it, huh? You like that?
I can feel it.
You like that? It's going to be something. Tonight. It's going to be something insane out there. Alfonso in Richmond. Alfonso, what's happening?
How you doing, Vontae Yashevsky?
What's up, Alfonso?
Just want to say, man, I'm so impressed. I'm looking at these Warriors like they're ready to win a championship, but two people have made the difference, I really feel. First of all, Mike Dunleavy, I didn't think he was a good fit when he came in, but, man, the 2 picks in the draft and now the free agents that he signed. But the second person that I'm most impressed with, and I have a new nickname for him, Draymond Green, the way he has changed his volatility, he's looking like a minister now with a Bible. The way he's playing, the way he's, treating the game, not being volatile. His new nickname, I call him the minister. And Robin from San Francisco, she needs to lay down on Draymond because he's doing his part this year, and that's why the Warriors are doing what they're doing.
The champion of change. Draymond Green, the champion of change.
Absolutely incredible.
That's what I'm going to call him, the champion of change.
Is he the minister in There Will Be Blood? The movie with Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I've abandoned my child.
Exactly.
It's a great movie.
It's a classic. Have you ever seen that?
No, what's that? What
There Will Be
that?
Blood?
No, I don't remember
It's like
that
they're
movie.
like oil drilling and stuff.
Was that a 90s movie?
No,
2000?
2008, 9, yeah.
No, I don't remember that movie. There Will Be Blood? Let me look that
Wes
up.
Anderson?
Dude,
I don't
it's
remember
so
that.
good.
I don't remember that movie. There
Oh,
Will Be
dude,
Blood.
Javier Bardem, just absolutely terrifying in it.
Dude, and he is that minister, right?
Daniel Day-Lewis?
yeah.
Well, no, Paul Dano's the
Wait, is this
minister.
was the
is this the
Reverend.
same actor from
Paul Thomas
Gangs
Anderson.
of New York? Or
Oh,
no,
yeah, Gangs of New York.
Correct. He was the Bill Cutting.
He's the one with the blue eye?
Yeah.
He's a good actor. That dude's
You
sick.
think?
He's a great
He's
great
the actor of our generation.
He's
He's
the
won like
actor's
3 or 4
actor.
Oscars. He's Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
He's been everything. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's
My
legit.
Left Feet
I gotta
or
watch-
whatever.
I gotta
My
watch
Two
this
Left
movie.
Feet or something.
Oh, they made $76 million at the box office.
How have you not seen There Will Be Blood?
Well,
It is a
oh
classic.
wait,
Won
I gotta
Best
say.
Picture.
Well, I don't care if it won Best Picture. I don't care if it won Worst Picture. What I was about to explain is in 08, I was starting my career.
That was dismissal of the year. Just put that down. Just put that down. Dismissal
I'm
of the
about to
year.
explain why I wasn't watching movies during that time frame. I was starting my journalistic career. I had like 3 jobs. I was driving for Uber. I was driving, well, not an Uber in 08, probably 11 in Uber. But anyway, I was starting my journalism career. There wasn't a lot of movies going on in my life at that point. Sort of get my life together. But I will watch this movie. It looks like a good movie.
In the
Thanks,
movie-
London, for knowing that it was Best Picture.
Eli is the preacher.
Well, don't tell me. I don't.
No, I'm just letting you know. Eli's the preacher.
All right.
It's been out for 20-something years, B.
All right. I had never heard of it. I'm sorry. I know what I don't know. So I didn't have the time.
It's a great movie.
I was married to the game, and the game is sports. I love it. You like that?
I do like that.
He stole it from
Camilo
Too Short.
Duvall.
I don't know if you know that.
Camilo Duvall, please. It's in San Francisco. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Good morning.
What's up?
So, Bonte, you asked a question earlier, and I think this season there's been a clear direction and identity with the Warriors. It wasn't there last year. I don't think it was there much the year before. But when I feel like Kerr came out, I think the offseason before the season started, he came out and just said, we're going to shoot a lot of threes. And that's what they're doing. And, you know, the chemistry and the trust is back to a championship level, I believe, between the guys. And they're playing their roles. I feel like the guys on this team have all bought into the system. They believe in it. And the one thing that I also see real obvious this year versus a couple of seasons now is the joy just seems to be back up on the team and in the building. It's fun basketball. They all are having a lot of fun, and that keeps guys loose. And, you know, I think that just makes for better basketball, honestly, because guys aren't thinking so much. They're able to just be free and, you know, read and react and play. And then you guys mentioned my guy, Steph. He's been my favorite player, you know, for a real long time now. And it just seems like he's getting better. I don't know how the greatest scorer can find ways to score more.
What you laughing at, Sasky?
He said Steph's my favorite player, and Spadoni hit him with the drop.
It's just
like he was giving his bona fides.
Vince was cooking.
Somebody, all right, I'll tell you.
We got to go. And I want to talk about the 3-point shooting because there was actually a lot more balance last night for the Golden State Warriors. They only got up 34 threes yesterday, so they didn't really let it fly yesterday. I don't want to get into that. Plus, Willem Marin, 888-957-9570. What's the most impressive aspect of the 7-1 start for the Golden State Warriors? Wow, 5-0 on the road, 5 straight wins, 22 of their last 26 away from Chase Center. They beat the champs last night. 888-957-9570. Your phone calls coming up. Brought to you by the Inn at the Tides. Picture yourself, Shasky, in a cozy room by the fire, enjoying breathtaking views of Bodega Bay. This time of year is magical at the Inn at the Tides. Special midweek rates start at just $159 per night. Book your escape now. InnAtTheTides.com.
Don't look now, but the Warriors are hotter than
Draymond there. The three is going to be.
Hey, Dub Nation, it's Trace Jackson Davis, and you're listening to The Morning Roast with Bonte Hill and Joe Shasky on 95.7 The Game.
All right, I'm a little fired up here. Download the Odyssey app, 95.7 The Game, thousands of other stations, and millions of podcasts are free on the Odyssey app. Sports talk, music, news, great podcasts like Garlic Fries and Baseball Guys are all available. And follow your favorite teams like the Niners and Warriors, stations and radio shows, including our show right here. Cornbread Maxwell joined Evan and Guru yesterday. He actually took it to Jason Tatum saying, Kurt did his job. Dude, you weren't playing well. Maybe the only guy in Boston who said that. We had Gary Washburn from the Boston Globe yesterday, and they were asking Tatum. Tatum was spicy in the postgame presser. Maybe we'll play some of that sound in a second here. But Shasky, Warriors beat the Warriors. Oh, whoa.
Well, that's the way I feel this morning. You set up the read, and then you bring up the Phil Collins, and I'll do it again for the 7 o'clock audience.
Whoa. Just don't bring up the juice, because he is not loose anymore. He's 6 feet deep. All guests on 95.7 The Game appear on the River Islands guest line. Is it time for you to discover the islands, River Islands, in Lathrop? Let me tell you, Spadoni, the houses, oh my God, in Lathrop, they got 5 bedrooms, 6 bedrooms. They got guest suites. They got the river right
all these different communities over there too, right?
Oh my gosh, it is beautiful. And the best minor league / travel ball / high school baseball stadium. I haven't seen it.
And the weather out there is just phenomenal.
Phenomenal weather, crystal clear. And they're getting the Chick-fil-A. They've got it in and out. They're just branching out, and Lathrop. It's one of the fastest growing cities in all of America. It's the 4th fastest growing city in America.
It's pretty unbelievable. And it's right here in our backyard.
That's Lovett types. What is he typing back there? I hear the keyboard moving. Is he writing an essay?
You know, it's almost like I watched the Muppets with LJ the other day. He reminds me of a Muppet from time to time. The way they play the band, like when the band's playing, their hands are going up. That's him on the keyboard.
I'm listening to the keyboard when Spadoni talks. What are you typing back there? Is it captions? Is
I'm
it teasers?
keeping track for how many YouTube viewers are there. I love him so much.
Doing numbers on YouTube, by the way.
Are we?
Yeah. We don't have YouTube up.
That's good. Because you guys are locked in. You don't need to be.
Is the chat back?
Do you hear? We have a new
chat's not
song.
back,
We have a
huh?
new song. 100 bands. 100 bands.
Why do we need 100 bands?
Because we got 100,000 followers, baby.
The chat's not back. Oh, you know the chat would be having a field day today.
All right, you done with your read?
I'm not done. Yeah, I'm done with the read.
All right, hit me with the Phil Collins.
All right, here you go.
Let's go, Warriors. I told you, don't let us beat Boston. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Curry from 3. Boston, the place where he ripped your heart out in Game 4. The greatest moment in his career, where he got that 4th title. Boston, shut the hell up when it comes to Jason Tatum not coming off the bench against Team USA. You're not better than Kevin Durant. Stop questioning Steve Kerr. What are you doing? We won the gold. We played Derek White. We played Drew Holiday. Jason Tatum is an ISO ball-stopping me guy. No one plays well with him. Last night, GP2, Young Glove, making plays all over, and Buddy Love, the glove does fit. Yes, B, I went there again. He fits this team. What a win. Oh, don't forget about Windex Guy, Loon Dog.
Where's
What about
Slap Rock?
Wiggy Wigs?
I want to hear from Slap Rock.
What
Where's
about
Slap Rock?
Wiggy Wigs?
Wigs.
If
Hey,
Warrior fans aren't feeling it this morning, I mean, come on. Come on.
did you buy Socket and Wiggins?
That might be the biggest win in what, 2 calendars?
You bought Socket and Wiggins?
No, that's on.
I'm
That's your
buying stock
account.
in Andrew
That's
Wiggins.
your account.
No. I want you to buy stock. I want everybody to get rich.
I'm driving
Let's
the Buddy
ride the
Love bandwagon.
Let's ride the rocket ship like Bitcoin or something. Let's ride it, baby. Let's ride it. Arch Block. Let's ride that rocket ship.
What is it, SpaceX?
Something like that. 888-957-9570. Before we get to Willa Marin.
God, I hate Boston.
Before we get to Willa Marin, I want to go to RJ at Fairfield. Oh, I want to hear from RJ at Fairfield. RJ at Fairfield. We back up, baby. Remember Stringer Bell in the wire? Hey, tell everybody we back up, baby. Tell everybody out there in the streets, we back.
Y'all back. Vontae, when you go low, I go high, okay? That's what I'm going to say. But
I don't even know what that means. Wait. What do you mean by that?
Oh, man, you always take cheap shots against, me, Sacramento, sometimes. And I just try to be the bigger person. And, right now I'm trying to give you all the props,
I appreciate it. I don't go low. I love Sacramento. You know that.
Okay, yeah, you're right. All right, but, hey, I did want to come on here, and I did want to give you y'all props, man. Y'all look good. Last year when the Kings ended the Big Three dynasty, I was hoping y'all going to have a down year as a Kings fan. I'm like, there's a new sheriff in town, Northern California, go through Sacramento. And to see y'all winning like this, it's kind of frustrating as a Kings fan because we're still the little brother in Northern California until we play against each other. But, I just wanted to hop on here. The Warriors' ability to find shooters and find key role players, I don't understand how y'all keep doing it. This was supposed to be a down year for y'all. I hate when I see y'all winning, and I can't believe y'all dusted Boston like that. And I was like, oh, y'all going to lose to Boston. You guys got to – in the beginning of the schedule, y'all had some you guys faced some, like, low teams and stuff like that. But that night against Boston, man, y'all really came out, and I just wanted to hop on here and give y'all just due, man.
Listen, I got to ask you, RJ, you're a big-time Kings fan. How'd you feel about Buddy Hield when he left Sacramento? Because I'm trying to understand how he is so good in his system. What was the deal with Buddy Hield at Sac?
I think Buddy Hield is in a perfect scenario with the Warriors. When we had Buddy Hield, he was one of our stars, and with the addition, with him playing next to Steph Curry, the attention isn't on him so much. So he could just sit and shoot them threes with nobody draped on him. Steph Curry obviously gets a lot of attention, but it frustrates me to see Buddy Hield in that system being successful as he is, man. But oh my God, I can't believe y'all up, man. I can't believe it. I'm happy for y'all though.
I appreciate you, RJ. Have a good day. Vivek Radadive wearing the They Not Like Us t-shirt playing Toronto last night. So you got the Drake and DeMar DeRozan beef. Clown-ass Drake. Trying to punk DeMar DeRozan. Kings got the last laugh last night against the Raptors. NBA's on fire. Let's go to Willem Marin.
DeMar DeRozan making $24 million this year. Buddy Hield making
$9.
I just want everyone to know the Buddy Hield contract is just incredible.
Mike Dunleavy?
It's an incredible contract.
I can't believe this Buddy Hield thing. I can't believe
he's averaging 20 a game.
I can't. Every time he hit a three yesterday, Willie would look at me like, with his jaw dropped, like, you got to be kidding me.
His legs look so fresh.
Yeah, he looks explosive.
No, he's moving off ball to the perfect spot every single time.
He really is. Let's
and
go
then
to
the layup with the left hand in traffic
in fourth quarter.
I couldn't believe it.
In the fourth quarter. By the way, I'm gonna throw this at you here. Since we're in La La Land, and we'll get to
pull
Willem
up Pat
Marin.
Bailey and I'll try to catch it.
Dalton Johnson, ABC Sports Bay Area, tweeted this last night. This is the first time the Warriors have won 5 consecutive road games to start a season since
2015, 2016.
Bingo, 73-win season.
Yeah, I started off 24-0. Then that scheduled loss against Milwaukee.
Yep, the back-to-back after beating
Such
Boston.
garbage.
Yeah, and then they had a scrub with Milwaukee. They came to Oracle Arena.
There's just nothing better than watching the chef shut up the Boston crowd.
Let's go to
it's
Will.
It's like my Popeye spinach. You know what I mean? It just fires me up. I can watch Buddy Hield and Steph high-fiving just like all day on a loop.
Will, what's happening?
What's up, guys? Thanks for taking my call. Yeah, Shafsky made a comment earlier that rubbed me the wrong way, and it wasn't because it was personal or anything that he said. He just said that, when we bring up Steph Curry and his greatness, people don't want to call in. Well, I want to change that narrative. I want to thank Steph Curry for making basketball relevant in the Bay Area. I want to thank him for being a silent leader. He's one of the best leaders not only on the court but off the court. I mean, think about it. He's one of the first NBA players to make his shoes unisex so girls can enjoy his shoes too, and made different colors like that. That speaks in volumes, and people love his stuff. And another thing about Curry too is the way that he handled Boston talking trash about his wife. He did it so classy. He just went in and smoked them and then wore a shirt saying that, yeah, my wife can cook just like I cooked you on the hard court. So, the best thing about Curry is I just want to say thank you. Seriously, we've had Barry Bonds, Terrell Owens, Steve Young, Montana. He has just as many rings as Montana, and he's probably better at his respective sport. He's the best athlete I've ever seen play in my life. Think about it. We went from worrying about his ankles holding up to him changing the entire outlook of the league, not just the West, not just our conference. The entire game is played differently because of Steph Curry. And he was going to be an afterthought. We thought he was a bust after a year and a half. Even I was worried. Poor guy couldn't stay on. But I just want to thank you, Curry, for everything that you've done. Thank you for leading with class. Thank you for leading and having, giving everybody merit and time. You made it valuable. I love you, Curry. You're the best. You're the best basketball player I've ever seen play. Because I didn't get to see Michael Jordan play. I didn't get to see Magic play. Yeah, Shaq and Kobe were tight. You have nothing on Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the best basketball player I've ever seen, and it's not even close. I love you, Curry. You're the champ, homie. Get it. Go get that ring. And even if you don't, if Curry were to retire today, the best basketball player, in my opinion, it's not even close. Thank you, Steph Curry. Because what's nuts? He wasn't even supposed to be this good, and he is this good.
Yep.
So let's go get that. Thank you, Curry. You're the best. Thanks, guys, for taking my call. Have a great day.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about, the Curry love right there.
He even threw in an old school slang. Yeah, Shaq and Kobe, they were tight.
They were tight.
Everyone used to say hella tight.
Yeah, hella tight. They're hella tight.
If you say hella tight, I say stop being a cutter.
The Steph Curry phenomenon, and I was just thinking this last night.
What were you thinking?
I was on the way home as I'm listening to
Grady.
Doing
the Confucius?
Yeah, I'm listening to Grady. And I started dreaming.
The Grady man.
The Grady man. I'm listening to the Grady man. And he says something. Then I started daydreaming on the way home. I don't even know how I got home. I was floating in the car.
Is it daydreaming when it's night?
I guess night dreaming. I don't know.
Daydreaming.
I just got lost.
You.
I got lost in the stars.
Yeah.
And I'm driving. I don't even know how I got home. And I'm listening to Grady, and I said, boy, what if the Warriors this year, as they're 7-1, and they're making statement. They made a statement last night. And I'm looking at the box score of the Phoenix Suns, and they're down there doing their thing in the Valley of the Sun.
7-1.
And I'm looking at Dallas, and they're doing their thing. What if the Warriors are on a collision course to just take care of old foes and it's Kevin Durant, and it's Klay Thompson, and they go right through them like a hot knife through butter. What if that's the pathway to get through the West?
Well, I mean, if you're going to have this vision, you have to have the Lakers in the first round.
No, the Lakers are trash. I don't care about.
Well,
JJ
no, I got to take LeBron out one last time.
I don't even want to deal with
You're
that.
asking about dreams.
Yeah, I don't.
And that would be in my dream.
I would rather take out Memphis.
Are you going to root for Klay or the Warriors if they face each other?
Oh, I'm going to root for Klay.
I'm teasing.
I'm going to root for Klay. I'm going to actually wear a Klay jersey, Klay headband, all Dallas Mavericks garb. Will RJ and Shaw join us for that? 105 through the Fan.
No.
In Dallas.
No.
Are they done with us?
Probably.
When I asked them to come on before the Cowboys game, their producer was pretty quick to shoot it down.
What exactly did he say? Just no?
Just, yeah, we talked it over and we're going to decline. They're professional about
talked it over?
I'm sure their discussion was a little bit more animated, but
talked it over.
It's like the Warriors and the contract extension.
Did they have a Mark Cuban weekly too during the basketball season, like Jerry Jones?
Oh gosh, probably not.
Does he sugarcoat it?
Somebody's asking if fake Klay allowed to be in the building for this. He might. What is happening with fake Klay? Did he put on a couple pounds? Does he still look like Klay?
That is still an all-time story.
That is unbelievable.
What was his name? Dawes?
I forget.
Big Dawes?
I mean, he walked into the facility and they just let him in. They let him in. They thought it was Klay Thompson.
Did he get shots up on the court too?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
he got shots up. Yeah. Let's go to AB in Sacramento. AB, what's happening?
Yo, fellas, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Doing lovely.
Oh, man. So a couple quick keys I wanted to bring out. The ball movement over this defense is just insane. I mean, the way that the ball's moving, no turnovers. I had an old coach that used to tell me this all the time, and it was like, move the ball. The ball's faster than you run. So the way that they're moving it, man, it's just so beautiful to watch. Secondly, give GP2 the keys to Alcatraz, please. He's taking one by one. He's just taking people there every night. One by one, just shipping them over there and leaving them there. It's amazing. Have a good one, fellas.
Yeah, I think the young glove, as much as I get why we do that because of his dad, I think the Warden. What?
We got Wiggins Island.
Wiggins Island, like Shutter
I
Island.
like Young Glove. Young Glove is, King Young Glove. You want to call him the Warden now? Why you want to change it? We want to change nicknames now, man.
I like it as the
we're
Warden.
getting goofy. But I want to hear from GP2.
I mean, and look, as much as I know we love Bob Fitzgerald, the Human Torch is just,
I live with these people. I love these people.
Hey.
They're part of my family.
By the way,
bad nicknames.
This was a big game because at the end of the first half, did you hear Fitz? One shot. All you need is one shot. No, the Celtics should not touch this basketball again. Like literally 22 seconds left. It's riding down. Fitz is yelling, just one shot. All you need is one shot. You could tell, you could feel it from Fitz. This was he wanted this one bad. They wanted this one bad. But GP2, after the game, he joined us on Toyota Warriors Post-Game Live. He was discussing the second unit and what they did. Yeah, give me that drop.
We know that second unit, it can be anybody's night. And Toon does what he does for the last 10 years. Buddy Hill, he gets it off. It's probably most likely it's going to be good. Like Buddy said, he was made for this world. So I think he was made for this moment right here. And Kyle K.A. coming out with 3 big threes and some stops late in the game. That second unit comes in and, we do what we do.
We do what we do. We do what we do. Which is score. Yesterday, they just scored 50. They actually got a point taken off. They scored 49 points. But in 6 of the 8 games, they scored at least 50. Their average is 61 a game off the bench. Now it's going to go down a little bit after they scored 49 yesterday. But the bench, no doubt, they had scored 23 in the first 38 points. They helped stabilize the game. Once again, as the starters got out to a slow start, the bench has been able to come in and pick them up and been able to flip that basketball game. They flipped that game in the second quarter. Think about the second quarter what the Warriors did yesterday defensively. As everybody's calling in here, 888-957-9570 is the number. We want to talk about last night in the game and where the Warriors are at right now. But you think about that second quarter, Shasky. They outscored the Celtics 32-16. They held the Celtics to 39% shooting and 25% from the three-point line. And even though the Celtics were able to get their averages in terms of made threes and three-point attempts, they ran them off the three-point line so well last night. And I get it. They missed Jaylen Brown as somebody who could finish inside the paint. And they'll come back out here to chase center with Jaylen Brown. They'll have something to say, and they'll try to prove a point. But defensively, where this team is at how defense is leading the offense. The defense is leading the great shots on the offensive end. The trapping and the doubling and the get down on the court, get down. And that's what fed. And I said, remember Sash got mentioned this. I said, I feel like this is a team that Chase Center is going to fall in love with. When you get a bunch of grown-ass men who are making millions of dollars, diving all over the floor, grabbing loose balls, rebounding the hell out of the basketball, offensive rebounds, blocking shots, fans love that stuff. And what they're doing off defensively with the hustle stuff and deflections and diving on the floor, that's how you win big-time games like you did last night.
The contesting, the scrambling, it's been fantastic.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
Right now, they are the second-ranked defensive rated team in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, they were 15th. The year before that, 14th. The year they won it all, they finished the season 2.
Yep.
So, just to give you perspective, I'll say it again. When they won it all in 2022, they were the second-best defensive rated team in the NBA. Right now, it's, again, 8 games. They're 2. Last year, 15th. The year before that, 14th. The year they won it all, 2. If you want to win, I know we talk about offense, but you have to play complementary defense.
No doubt. And they're doing that. Let's go to Jonathan in the city. My man, Jonathan, I know he's jacked up. Jonathan, what's happening?
Oh, man, Pop, dude, just like you guys alluded to, these guys are grinders. They're lunch pail guys. They fight for everything. Man, they play defense. You know, old school guys like me, need some defense, man. And I just want to say, if the Boston Celtics finds their way back in the finals, as one team from the West, they don't want to meet in that finals floor, and it's the Warriors. You know why? Because Kevon Looney is that uncle they wish they never had, and Wardell is their stepdaddy.
I love Jonathan in San Francisco. That's another one. Do we still have they're there and we're here? We're doing speeches before the NFC Championship game, and that was an all-time try. It's just, we don't have that. We lost all these great iconic drops, man. Where's Juice at? Juice at Fremont. I haven't heard from him in a while. I hope he's doing okay.
Fonte, I want to take a second. Real hoop heads know, like about the league, when you're league passing it on a nightly basis. Me and Law Murray, for example, who writes for The Athletic, who we're going to have on at 8:30. When we survey the league and we power rank everything, not only are you watching the games and you're dissecting things, but you're trying to project and you're trying to see where people are. And like esteemed journalist Law Murray, OKC was power ranked number 1, Cleveland number 2, Boston number 3, Golden State number 4. I think next week's ratings might have a flip-flop at the top.
He's full of baloney.
Spadoni, man.
I love me some power rankings.
You don't love League Pass.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not watching the Hawks. I'm not watching the Kings.
You see Trae Young talking smack to the Knicks fans yesterday?
That was great. Do you pull that?
I'll pull that.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Trae Young.
It was awesome. Grant Liftman's Hawks,
he's
man.
Fighting for the 10 seed.
Grant Liftman's Hawks, man. 4 or 5, dude. 4 or 5.
Could you imagine fielding phone calls in Atlanta? What is Grant Liftman doing with this team? That would be pretty funny.
Landry Fields and Grant Liftman, man.
That'd be pretty funny.
They're in the hot seat, Grant Liftman. I still chop it up with Grant, man. He's good, too.
Look, there's a Bonte Hill that's in there. It's Shanahan's fault. It's Liftman's fault.
No, we have a Shanahan problem.
That's it. The stanky ass Hawks.
Stinking ass Hawks. Let's go to Chasa 580.
I hope New York fans find their way to the exit real quick. Boo! Take y'all ass home.
Is he the most overrated player in sports outside of Trevor Lawrence?
Nah, he's not. He's a good player.
Is he?
He's actually done something. He's taken his team to the Eastern Conference Finals.
That felt like a mirage.
Well, but he's done that. What has Trevor Lawrence done?
He had the greatest comeback in Jacksonville.
Jaguars. Wild card game against the Chargers, who always going to Charger.
Yeah, it's true.
Trae Young's not bad. He's not bad. We'll see what the Hawks. They're 5th place in the East right now.
The East is so bad.
You couldn't even say that with a straight face. They're fifth place in the East.
They're fifth place in the East as I watch league. And I'm telling you, man, the NBA's lit right now. NBA's lit. You get the quad box with the NBA League Pass, man. It is lit.
Yeah, I'm too busy watching the Fightlin Portland Trailblazers.
No, you're
for Chauncey Billups squad.
No, you are not.
You know?
Hey, they had a big win in New Orleans the other day. They've like turned the corner. They got 3 wins on the season.
They've turned a corner.
I know. Bonte's out here trying to text with Scooter Berry. I'm watching Scoot Henderson.
Mount Scootmore. Razor Scooter.
Oh, my God.
Scout team offense.
Josh
Trey
580.
Lance, line 1.
Josh 580. Trey Lance won't play away from playing. Josh a 580.
What?
Hey, Cooper, hey, Josh, Dak Prescott's out. Trey Lance is one play away from playing, man. He's one play away from playing.
We want Trey Lance.
Josh 580, what's happening, man? Hey, Josh. Jay, real quick, I'm gonna let you get 2 minutes. I swear to God, Josh 580, Shasky, Spinoni, Lubin,
and everyone else listening.
I'm at NBC, right? And they're looking at like clicks, like stories that are doing well. Trey Lance, a story on Trey Lance was like 3rd on the website. You got McCaffrey coming back. You got the Warriors rolling. You got the Giants and busting. Trey Lance was the number 3 story on NBC Sports Bay Area the other day.
What was the story?
I don't even know it. I don't care. But the fact that Trey Lance is still resonating. Because if he does make a comeback and Trey Lance wins some games, we saw what we saw. We saw it.
No,
just took a while to put together.
I've declared that that's a loss for me. It's
Are you
okay.
serious?
Let's go, Josh. It's your time, Josh. Sorry.
Oh, you guys are hilarious. Hey, but imagine Trey Lance. Imagine Cooper Rush gets hurt and Trey Lance comes back. How Brock Purdy came after 2 injuries and he leads into a victory. I don't know. But regardless of that, man, what I want to say is Warriors. We're back. And, we're back because what Warriors have always been built off of since 2014, 2015 was strength in numbers. And they got it. That's the foundation. They haven't moved off of it. They stayed true to who they were. They retooled and they got the guys. I think the biggest thing to me, one, you guys saying defensively, they're playing hard defensively every single game and it's showing. But 2, which I think is very underrated, which I think a lot of people haven't noticed, but you can see, is the athleticism.
Yeah.
The athleticism. They've gotten younger. They've gotten more bouncier. They've gotten spunkier. Really, the only 2 old guys on the team are Dre and Steph, and they're in great shape, right? So the athleticism, you can compete with all the teams now. You're not getting free looks to the bucket because they have athleticism. And that what leaves me, they can compete with OKC. They can compete with the Celtics because they have the athleticism. And basketball is about being athletic. You guys have guys that can jump, that can run, that can move their feet, lateral quickness. And you have that now with what they put together on this team. So I'm bought in. I'm believing. I think they can really do it. Just stay healthy. Everybody can contribute.
Well,
and,
you can believe they do what?
Warriors.
You believe they can do what, Josh? You believe they can do what?
Huh?
You believe they can do what?
I believe that. Ooh, see, Bonte, you're gonna get me there, man. What I'll say is that they can get to the Western Conference Finals. The West is wide open. Dallas is in a juggernaut. The Suns are in a juggernaut. Denver's falling off. OKC is still very young. I don't know if they got the text when it comes down to those close games in the fourth quarter. So I think they have just as good a shot as anybody in the West, if not a better, because they've proven that they can do it. Just 2 years ago, to at least get to that Western Conference Finals. And if they play Dallas, OKC, the Suns, give me the Warriors, baby. So I'm not saying finals, but I'm saying there's nobody in the West I'm scared of right now.
Ooh, I like this. We're saying out loud, Shasky and I, that we both believe this team can make a deep run in the playoffs.
Absolutely.
I'm not there yet, but I'm getting closer and closer.
November 7th.
November 7th.
Where we're at.
Hey, you just take your 4 straight losses and leave us alone right now.
You got your coach condescendingly walking out of press conferences.
Right.
Why don't you pipe down over there, Laker fan?
What are you guys talking about?
Us
We're
cook
talking
over
about
here.
bring the Lakers into the conversation?
Let us cook.
I thought you guys were on top of the world. What are you
November
guys doing?
7th. Hey, November 7th,
I
August
just said
7th.
it's November 7th.
December 7th.
Why are you guys getting so insecure?
Punching down.
Wait.
We are punching down.
I can't hear him from the top of the standings. Where are you at? Where are you at?
No,
if you're responding, though.
No, Shasky.
The Warriors were at the top of the standings this time last year, too.
Shasky, I can't hear him from the top of the power rankings.
Jamal Murray.
What tier are you guys? Tier 4? Yeah, we wouldn't know about that one.
Hey, all we need now is the split against OKC and Cleveland, and I'll believe.
Why split?
Forget a deep run.
Well,
I think we are favorites.
No.
If we split. If we split, Cleveland, OKC.
No, stop.
Forget being a contender.
I can't let you do this.
Favorites to represent the West.
You imagine if Steiny was in the Bay Area right now?
I don't care about Steiny.
Dude, Steiny would hate today. He would hate today.
Yeah, and that's why, when Steiny comes in, he can do his show with Guru. I'm doing the show with you. I don't care what Steiny thinks right now. All right? Let me ride my wave.
I got a big ass.
He does.
Wait, so I want 415 to explain himself before we go to West Oakland Sam. 405 Cockhouse Business text line says, I don't care if the fans or Bonte thinks the Warriors can make a deep run. I need to hear from Shasky.
I'm going to wait until we get the split against OKC and Cleveland, and I promise you, they do that, I'm suspending my 10 games over 500 mantra, and I'm coming in here and I'm telling you that they will go on a deep playoff run.
If they win.
And I'll double down on that and say that we are the favorites to represent the West. Just watch me.
Watch
me. I told you, do not want to see us beat Boston. We're in their domes.
Hey, listen.
I love it.
We'll play some sound for Nova in just a second. If they go 2-0, if they beat Cleveland and they beat OKC and they go undefeated on this road trip, Football Monday, I don't know how much the Niners are going to get mentioned on Monday. I don't care if they beat Tampa Bay 35-0. I don't know. If the Warriors beat OKC in Cleveland, we got to figure something out on Monday. We already got Jason Kidd coming up at 9 o'clock on Monday
Baldy's
morning.
Be joining us on Monday, too.
Oh, he's joining us Monday?
Yeah, because Tuesday's Clay Day, so Baldy got pushed to Monday.
Oh, okay.
So, no little wrinkle in that one.
You can ask Baldy about Steph. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll ask Baldy all basketball questions.
Basketball Baldy.
That's good.
I did misinterpret Jaden Daniels' sideline thinking it was Baldy at a Warrior Wizard game when you were talking. I was like, oh, Baldy's there.
Now, this is good before we get to West Oakland Sam. 5-0. These other teams don't know about tiers. They know about tiers. T-E-A-R-S.
Oh.
It's not bad.
That's a 4.
It's not bad. Not bad at all. Let's go to West Oakland Sam. Speaking of nicknames, he has a nickname for GP too. Why do we need to change GP2's nickname, West Oakland Sam?
No, it's not that. I just think I got a better one that I created
love it.
A year or two ago. But before I get to that, I just want to reiterate that it's great to see this brand of Warriors basketball again.
Facts.
I've seen this brand of our basketball before, and this wins us championships if we keep playing on this trajectory. I've seen it before. Our motto for me this year is IQ over agendas, and I'm just loving what I'm seeing so far. And the nickname for GP2 for me is the son of a glove. All right, love y'all.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all.
It bothers me.
Philly Dave. Niners are cooked. All Warriors, baby. No, they're not cooked. Christian McCaffrey's coming back. Do you see the high knees yesterday in the film? Do you see him cutting on the film, catching little out routes? See if she's back. You got the PRP.
I'm tempering myself. All right. I'm in Warrior mode right now. We just beat the Boston Celtics, for crying out loud. I'll get to the Bucks on Sunday.
Better chance right now. Just asking right now. Who do you have more faith in to make it a deep run in the playoffs?
Steph
the Warriors?
Curry.
No. The Warriors or the 49ers?
I'm picking Steph Curry.
Really?
It's Steph Curry. It's Steph Curry.
I mean, the Niners are just in the Super Bowl.
I'm not denying that.
The Warriors were 2 years removed from that.
Steph Curry. And with Steph Curry, the guy could turn water into wine. He could turn, a little tiny crumb into loaves of bread. I mean, this man he's close to biblical.
Wow. Shanahan. You have little faith right now.
Shanahan.
I think it's a fair take, though. Like, right now, based on what we've seen over the last couple weeks, you could absolutely sit there and say that right now the Warriors look like the deeper playoff, run than the Niners. That's a fair take right now.
It's Steph. It's Steve. It's Uncle Joe.
Trey.
It's Draymond. It's Two-Way Wigs is back. Buy all the stock, folks. I don't think there's much left. JK, Booty, pods, TJ, Uncle Looney,
Buddy Hield,
Buddy Buckets.
Buy that Windex stock.
I mean, where is Slap Rock at? I know I shouted out Slap Rock, I think, yesterday on the show. I might be the only television host in history to just shout out random radio callers. I don't give a damn. Slap Rock deserves credit. Windex. And Looney told me, he goes, I like that nickname. I like that a lot. I said, we had a guy named Slap Rock say, they're calling you Mr. Windex because all you do is clean up the glass.
Until there is, the casket shut on his career, how could you, and the dirt needs to be poured on, you need to tamp it down. Like, how can you doubt Steph Curry?
I don't. And then you got Draymond, who's a winner.
On a team of the greatest players maybe ever assembled.
We've got the champion.
Steph Curry was the best player on the floor.
Yes. You got Steph Curry.
For Team USA.
You got Steph Curry. You got Steve Kerr. You got the champion to change. You got Buddy Buckets. You got two-way wigs. You got Uncle Lou Dog. You got Young Glove. He's healthy. You got Mo Money, Moses Moody. You got JK, who just goes downhill and just, how many sick layups he had last night? In defense on Jason Tatum. And he's a he's a firecracker, man. He's trying to figure it out. But he's got the right assets around him to just calm him down a little bit. I told you, he comes out fast. It's like, we just need you to slow down, JK. You can't get it all in one possession. Just slow it down a little bit.
I thought he played great defense yesterday.
Played great defense on Tatum. So now that's why I saw this tweet. And they were like, so who are we trading JK for? I can't wait to see what the team looks like without JK. And I'm thinking to myself, you just beat the Boston Celtics. You saw that JK can get to the cup on anybody. Anywhere, anytime. Why would you want to do anything with this roster right now? Don't you want to just see it play through? Isn't it better watching homegrown draft picks grow up with your team and help them win high-level games? Instead of just, let's just flip for this superstar. Doesn't always work out like that. This depth is key. This bench is the best bench in the NBA.
They've shocked me with what they've put together.
That's unbelievable.
I had no idea Buddy Hield was going to be this good. I mean, I'm driving the bandwagon.
Maybe we should be calling the unnamed player who told me, hey, we're going to win 50, Bonte.
Well, I mean,
maybe we should be calling him and
did Santos say it or did Steph say it? There's a big difference.
Don't you worry about who said it.
Well, it wasn't Draymond.
Don't you worry. How you know
talking
that?
to me?
How you know that? Draymond could have cursed me out and said, hey, we win at 52, Bonte. No, it wasn't Draymond.
An unnamed player.
Unnamed player. And a lot of people's like, yo, I'm starting to believe that unnamed. Our boy Brad Warriors huddle.
It was like Derry Witherspoon.
He goes, Bonte, I'm starting to believe that in that unnamed player. He's probably right. Well, that unnamed player who said, Bonte, we're going to win 50, I'm going to call the unnamed player. Hey, you know what? You were wrong. You ain't win at 50. You win at 55.
Quentin Post, who hasn't played a snap. I mean,
don't be jealous.
He's the one who's giving you all the information.
Don't be jealous, baby. Sauces. Unnamed player said 50.
You know you're doing big-time work when Kendrick Perkins is starting to come out the woodworks and simultaneously praise and hate on you.
Oh, man. 707. It was Joe Lake of the unnamed player. The biggest mystery in Bay Area sports radio.
Hey, I can't
Who was the unnamed player?
I can't wait to see Joe courtside next Tuesday.
You will never, ever know who that unnamed player is. All right. By the way, people, we got Laker fans in my DMs hating right now. Worldwide Hef is hating right now.
He's not even a Laker fan. He's a LeBron
player in the
fan.
Olympics. Yeah, I know. LeBron was the best player in the Olympics. No, Steph Curry saved us. Without Steph Curry, you don't even win bronze.
Come on.
LeBron didn't want the ball in the gold medal game. It was the chef.
You're lucky the world didn't bring J.J. Barea out to guard LeBron. But it's kryptonite.
How the Lakers doing? Ja Morant's out there doing it too small of LeBron.
He had 40 points yesterday.
Who, LeBron?
He did. Almost 40 years old. Pretty incredible.
Well, it's tough, and you're also doing it with your son on your back.
They also lost by 17.
It's auditioning for that Warrior spot.
No, we don't want LeBron.
I remember this conversation last year you guys had, too, in the morning. This was fun. I'll remember this.
It's time for the injury report.
It really hurt.
Brought to you by Boxer & Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years.
408 Comcast Business Text Line. I was on the Giannis trade, but I'm backing it up real quick. This team has so much heart and is extremely enjoyable to watch. I'm on board with seeing where this thing goes. I almost thought JK could have been more aggressive on offense, but incredible defensive effort by him and the whole team. He's bought in. I'm bought in. Are you bought in, Dub Nation? 888-957-9570. Who's out there has a complaint? I want to hear from the complainers. I'll give you a runway. Who's doubting this team right now? Where's your imagination going when it comes to Dub Nation and this team? All right, Kyle Shanahan, 49ers, we haven't forgotten about you. We have not. Christian McCaffrey was limited participant in practice yesterday. Shanahan said the focus is ensuring that CMC is not feeling any pain or discomfort during practice. As far as when CMC would officially be activated for Sunday's game in Tampa, Shanahan jokingly suggested kickoff. So we don't know about it, but the Niners getting healthy. You heard Debo yesterday. We're getting Jawad back. We're getting CMC back. Yeah, we ready to roll. All hands on deck. Let's go, Niners. We got a second half running coming for the Niners. We got the Warriors rolling. It's great to be in bed. We got Buster Posey running the Giants, getting all the analytical geeks out of here. All you're getting fired and reassigned. Out. And the Sharkies in 1, 4, 5. Who doesn't want to be a Bay Area sports fan? We are cooking. Woo!
And you might buy a place in Lathrop.
Or Burlingame. Maybe 2 houses. Maybe I get 2 houses.
It's a big difference.
2 houses.
You and Chasky, baby.
I do like Lathrop. Get the hell away from you guys. The injury report brought to you by Boxer Gerson, Northern California's premier workers' compensation law firm, helping injured workers get their lives back for over 40 years. You think Premier Limos will give me rides from Lathrop to the Bay Area, back and forth?
Was that a Ferrodian slip there, Joey Lightyears?
That would be fun. Lathrop to the Bay? Lathrop back and forth?
Monte, make sure you don't miss that break,
All
man.
right, what's coming up on the game brought to you by Fremont Bank, celebrating 60 years of full-service bank with no compromises. I'm trying to calm myself down. I'm trying to calm Shasky down. I'm trying to calm myself down. But I feel great. The Warriors are 7-1. They're undefeated on the road. They just beat the Jets. Who believes? Do you believe?
Hey, Bay Area sports fans, whether you're traveling to cheer on your favorite team or heading out to explore the world, make sure
Curry dribbles in the paint, goes all the way, scoop to the hoop, over White. It's up and good. 104-99, 2:23 to go in the game.
Do you believe? Do you believe? Can you hit me with the Buddy Buckets dagger? Can you hit me with the Buddy Buckets dagger? Give me the Buddy Buckets. The dagger from Steph. Jason Tatum, wake up. Wake up, Tatum, wake up.
Curry gets Horford. Shot clock at 7. 49 seconds left. Pass to Buddy Hield. Right corner 3. Swish! 111-104. Time out. Boston.
Do you believe? Tim Royal, the call right here on 95.7 The Game. And oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby. Do you believe? It's coming together, folks. 7-1. This team is all the way bought in. They get a big win last night in Boston. I know Boston was shorthanded, but you know what? You don't control that. You control how you play. And right now, the Warriors are controlling the way they play, and they're playing damn good basketball. 53 rebounds last night, only 11 turnovers. They're taking care of the basketball, the 50-50 balls. They're hustling. They're grabbing offensive rebounds. Can't give enough love to Kevon Looney, Buddy Buckets. They are a full team. Strength in numbers is back, folks, and they're rolling right now at 7-1. Good morning, everybody out there getting off their graveyard shift. Hopefully you're having a great morning. Everybody in traffic. You already know business booming with the overnight dancers. We don't need to talk about that. The cops, the firefighters, the teachers, the students. Shasky's feeling it. Look at Shasky. He's feeling it right now. He's like, I haven't seen this guy smile for an entire show in months.
It was just such a beautiful brand of basketball, and the way that they won that game, the back and forth, and nothing really went their way early on, and they just resilient, and they just kept chipping away, and then they went on a little run, and then to credit Boston, they fired back too, and I thought the third quarter was pretty much all Boston, even into the fourth, and then the Warriors found a way to not only stop the bleeding, but then just trade blows, and it was like a massive prize fight. I loved everything about this win. And for them to execute down the stretch, get stops, make really good decisions in the half court, and execute the way that they did with a variety of guys playing excellent. Like, yes, they're led by Steph Curry. Looney made plays. Buddy Hield made plays. Wiggins made plays. Draymond was awesome. Like, that was a team win. And the thing that I've always loved about watching this team is when they're rolling, you know who gets the ball? Similar to the Shanahan offense, the open guy. They just make the pass to the open guy. They play a brand of basketball that if you were going to show a bunch of third, fourth, and fifth graders how to play ball, this is the way to play ball.
That's well said. That's well said. You're spot on there. You bring up the third quarter where they get outscored 41-31. And, Boston makes 10 threes. The Warriors only make 4. They started bombing. Tatum's has 17 in the quarter. He plays the entire third quarter, scores 17. And you're like, damn, Boston's got so much firepower. And then they take a 95-88 lead in the fourth quarter. And they're up 95-88 with 6:14 left in the game. And they're thinking, damn, this one got away. Damn, is this one going to slip? Warriors had it. But a play that's going to get lost in the sauce, that's going to get forgotten about, is Derek White tries to isolate Steph Curry on a switch, and he's like, oh, I'm going to take this guy for a dance. And Steph Curry comes up with a steal. Great defensive play. Boston has a chance to go up 9 or 10 in that situation. Steph comes up with a steal. They get out and run, and Wiggins hits the layup. Now you're down 5. You stabilize everything. Tatum forces up a 3. Curry gets to the free throw line, and now you're back in the basketball game. But remember that moment, 95-88. Derek White with the ball, and he's rolling. Derek White, he's not the same dude from the 2022 NBA Finals. Remember, he was like the weak link for the Boston Celtics? That dude is a whole different animal now.
Well, he hit early, then he went a little cold, and then he hit late.
Yep.
He's a very good player.
He's a very good two-way player. But he tried to go at Steph. And Steph comes up with a steal that will get lost in the sauce in yesterday's game. We'll talk about Buddy Hield's 3. We'll talk about Steph's offense. We'll talk about Wiggs and Looney's offensive rebounding. But that steal right there by your leader, Stephen Curry, to come up with that defensive play in that moment down 7, help stabilize that basketball game because it was starting to get away from him.
Yeah.
You're down 7, but he comes up with a defensive. I know Fess is out there listening. He's going to love this. A defensive play. Warriors are playing so well. Chris Bullett's talking about defense right now. I'm like, you all right, Bully? He's an offensive gym rat. He's talking about defense, but Curry comes up with that defensive play, and he helps stabilize the game, and you get that from your leader. Boom. That's big time there. The Warriors end up going on a 16-3 run, and they can run away with it 118 to 112.
I think about this all the time because I got a message from a friend this morning that's going to be going through a surgery, and I want to give shout out to Chris Cajero, great man. He's going to have a surgery tomorrow. We're all praying for you. I love you, buddy. And diehard sports fan. And I think about people when they're going through things in life, whatever it is. I know we just had a lot of elections and various propositions locally, statewide, national. People are upset, and if sports can distract you and make you feel better for whatever's going on in your life, isn't that what it's all about? And I'm watching this Warrior team, and I think about the joy that they bring to people when they play this way. It's infectious, and the bounce in your step you have the next day after watching them, there's just something special. And so as I close the loop, Chris, I love you, buddy. I hope you get better. Good luck with the surgery tomorrow. I know everything's going to go great. He is a huge Warrior fan, and he just keeps saying they play a great brand of ball.
They're going to be rocking and rolling Tuesday night when they get back into town for the return of Klay Thompson. That place is going to be insane. Let's go to Larry in the city. Larry,
what's up, Larry?
What's happening?
Hey, good morning, guys. Hey, listen, I want to put this out there for Jason Tatum. You know that old saying by Danny Green of the Cardinals? We thought the Warriors who they thought they are. He's such a crybaby. Oh, we didn't beat the Warriors. Oh, my God, I didn't play this Olympics. They didn't play me in the Olympics. Oh, too bad. With that, I'm out. Have a good day, guys.
All right, Larry.
I don't ever want to hear from Jason Tatum ever again.
Well, we're going to hear from him right now because as Fezzi said, the game within the game, how's it going to go? Well, Tatum was asked afterwards if the Olympic drama was on his mind during the game.
It wasn't on my mind. Just another Wednesday. Another game, another opportunity to come in and try to be the best player I can be, and another day to just try to get a win.
He's full of baloney.
We don't believe you.
He dropped a couple of F-bombs in the presser, too. Did you hear that, Spadone? Yeah, he dropped a couple of F-bombs about just being Tatum and not being anybody different. Here's what he said about the Warriors and what they did better than the Celtics last night.
Yeah, I think they just did a good job of being more physical, and obviously they were, blitzing all of the ball screens. I came off, and we weren't, or I could speak for myself, a little rushed in the first half, and I think in the second half just accepted it and played with more patience and made the right read more often than not.
Well, Joe Mazzulla, who wants fighting back in the NBA, what do you think went differently in this matchup with the Warriors?
They're physical, so they force you to fight for your space. They have active hands, so I think in the first half they got a ton of deflections. They were able to get some stuff there, but I thought we did a better job of handling the physicality in the second half. And just have to put, again, we talk physicality, it's just as much as defense as offense. So it took us a little while to get adjusted to that. Once we did, we executed really well, and then it just came down to a couple possessions at the end.
And that's Joe Mazzulla, and that's the Celtics, Shasky. That's the Celtics last night.
God, they were just so awesome.
They were awesome. Let's go to Theo in the East Bay.
So happy.
Theo, what's happening?
Yes, sir. What's up, boys? I'm fired up like you. Vontae, man, that was a great win, man. But Steve Kerr going to GP2, man, what a move, man. Defense looked great and giving Looney a lot of minutes for the defensive end, man. Great win yesterday. And you know what? The chef was out yesterday. He had Steve Kerr's back. He heard the boost. Steph Curry wasn't going to let that happen. You know what? Last year's team, they don't win this game. And you know what? I'm fired up for this next two games. I know Cleveland's a little bigger, so we'll see what Steve Kerr does. But 3-0 on this road trip, it's on the table. Cheers, boys.
All right, Theo. Hey, listen, the Cavs, they took it to the Warriors last year. Remember that? Twice in a week.
Oh, yeah. Donovan Mitchell and Draymond got into it.
Yep.
I was at that game. They kicked our butts.
They kicked our butts twice in Cleveland and at Chase Center. So they didn't have Kenny Atkinson. They're playing better offensively. They have a nice starting five. Isaac Okoro's going to be shadowing Stephen Curry. Evan Mobley's big, but that's Draymond Green. He's going to get into him. Jared Allen to be there at the 5. That'd be TJD. Then you get Buddy Buckets off the bench. But Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland, quick guys. So Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga, Draymond Green. I wouldn't be surprised if Gary Payton II started against Cleveland.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. And are you seeing some of the nicknames for GP2?
I saw this last one. Oven mitt.
You put him on the hottest player. I kind of like that.
I kind of like that. I'm going to bring that up to him. Trust me, I bring these nicknames up to these guys to see if we get approval. By the way, just finding out that there are still some tickets remaining for next Tuesday night. What? No.
Say that on air.
No, don't say it.
The Of Glove.
The Of Glove?
Yeah. That's actually a real thing, too. The Of Glove. It's like a little nice glove that you use for... You haven't seen the infomercials for those?
No,
it's like they use
watch commercials.
They use the same material that's used.
Either.
The same material that's used for like firefighters' outfits. That's like heat resistant. They use it on the UP glove.
Oh,
there you go.
Man. Some tickets still remain for Clay's return next Tuesday. Warriors.com. Warriors.com.
Can't wait.
That
Jason Kidd, 9 o'clock, by the way.
Monday.
Head coach.
Monday.
Yep. After Baldy.
Jay Kidd. We'll move back to break for that one, just in case.
I just, I'm a big believer in like your eyes don't lie to you. Are there times where you're watching something and it's not sustainable? Absolutely. Like stuff happens in sports. Rick Ankiel comes up and he's one of the best pitching prospects in the game, and he like short circuits and he can't throw a strike. Chuck Knobloch can't throw over to first base. Navarro Bowman gets hurt, and he just doesn't have the same athleticism and speed that he had before. Mike Iupati was a great example. Broke his leg, and he just didn't play the same. Stuff does happen. Russell Wilson, not looking anywhere near the player that he was at the beginning of his Seattle run. But I'm watching this Warrior team, and I'm like, my eyes are telling me this team is playing a brand of basketball on both ends of the floor that is super connected. Even when Tatum was hitting tough shots, they were contesting without fouling.
Yep.
Even when they were hopping the ball around, and there was a possession where they couldn't get a defensive rebound, the Warriors, and it was like
I know what you're talking about.
minute and a half. Eventually, I think it was either a Derek White or Pritchard three-pointer but they played great D for like a minute and a half. Uninterrupted, and they were scrambling, and they were contesting, and they were closing out, and they weren't leaving their feet. And I'm saying to myself, like, all of these little things are telling me they're a much improved team. They are.
Attention to detail. They were running Boston off the three-point line, and as you mentioned, contesting the shots. They limited Boston to 23-point attempts in that first half. Now Boston got the flow rolling in the third quarter. You knew they were going to make a run. They weren't just going to go out like that. They're the Boston Celtics. They're the defending champs. They got players. They get paid too, and so they went crazy in the third quarter. But down the stretch, crunch time, last 5 minutes of the game. I believe the Warriors outscored the Celtics, if I'm not mistaken, in the last 5 minutes of crunch time. If I'm not mistaken, it could have been 26-8 or 23-5 or something like that. I got the numbers mixed up. Okay. But basically, they dominated down the stretch, which is, I think, another element to this team. We've been desperate to see them in adverse situations down the stretch. How's Steve Kerr going to work the rotation when Steph gets back? Now, we saw a close game against Houston. Steph was in street clothes, but they were able to win that game. They were able to win that game with Brandon Pajinski making big buckets down the stretch in the fourth quarter, and then, of course, Kuminga taking over in overtime. And you don't have Draymond Green and Steph Curry and Pajinski in overtime. They're on the sidelines. Draymond and Pajinski fouled out. Steph Curry was out with the ankle injury. But then you see him last night with Steph. What's the Final Five going to look like? And you had Loondog out there, trusted agent, right? Champion. You had Draymond out there doing his thing. You had Steph rolling. And it was Buddy Buckets alongside Andrew Wiggins. Now, that may change. It may be JK at some point. It may be GP. You saw Steve Kerr was subbing in GP for defense, Buddy for offense. When you have a team like this that is deep, you can do things like that. Not like still Steve Kerr. He's doing a hell of a job coaching his team. And he's got the message into him. How about this? How about him yelling at Steph after a turnover?
Oh, I love that.
And then Boston goes for a layup the other way.
It was he forced it way ahead. He shouldn't have.
Here's what Steve Kerr said about yelling at Steph.
Yeah, and then the beauty of Steph is I can yell at him. And he lets me yell at him, which sets a tone for the rest of the team. And I yelled at him. It was a 5-point swing. They came down and hit a three, and he accepted it, and he knew it. But look, this is a theme for our team. We can't be the same team we were 5-6 years ago, and give away 5-6 possessions in the name of creating chaos. And everybody else is playing fast and shooting threes too these days. And in fact, Boston shot, 20 more threes than we did in the second half. And so it's tough to win if you're giving away possessions. And so I've been all over Steph and Draymond. It's incumbent upon them because they're our leaders and they're the guys who handle the ball the most. They've got to cut back on their decisions, bad decisions like that one. And to their credit, they've done so.
The last few years, my biggest gripe in game when it comes to Steve Kerr, in game, I'm going in game. Like if we're just like, and I'm critiquing, I freely admit this is like a nitpick, but like I felt that he was a tick slow on the trigger of when to sub guys in, sub guys out. I also didn't love certain combinations of players that he would put out on the floor. I either just disagreed with the flow and the feel and all that, and I just didn't like those combos. Now, to be fair, I don't think he was choosing from a lot of great options.
Right.
But I thought he was a hair slow the last 2 years. Yesterday's a great example. They start off slow, and I'm saying, like, all right, we need a timeout or a sub or something here. And I feel like his sense of urgency and feel for what the team needs in that moment has been so much better this year. He went straight to Buddy Hield in GP2, and I was like, oh, bang, Buddy hits a shot. Bang, GP2's all up in it, gets a couple of turnovers right away, like all up in guys. And you could feel Boston felt the pressure in their face right away when he checked in. There's just something about Steve Kerr this year. I felt it since the first game. He feels like he's on it this year.
He's pressing all the right buttons. He's pressing all the right buttons so far. And down the stretch. Knowing that, you know what? Looney's having an impact.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ride old man Kevon Looney. And I know his family doesn't like, I'm not calling him old, but old man Loon, he's a vet. He's been here, I can't believe he's been here for a decade. But he rode him down the stretch. All right, Buddy Hield's got the hot hand offensively. He can shoot. It's spacing. We need his spacing. Let's go to Buddy Hield. All right? But you're so spot on. He's pushing all the, even in the overtime, to go with Kevon Looney and Kyle Anderson Saturday night in Houston. And, like, I didn't love the sub out JK on the final possession without a timeout because I know JK can get to the rack. I was scratching my head at that move. But for the most part, Steve Kerr has pressed all the right buttons. Now, Steph Curry, he was asked about Curry yelling at him.
Yeah.
Here's what Steph said.
It's a mindset that, one, I want to be coached just like everybody else. So I don't get sensitive about getting yelled at if you make a dumb play. Especially it led to a three on the other end. It's avoidable, and we have to be able to take care of possessions, especially against good teams. And one, I didn't have another turnover after that, which is nice. But two, it's just like a mindset that everybody has to be committed to. Me and Draymond are going to have turnovers. We have the ball in our hands a lot. You try to take some chances here and there, but it's the kind of turnovers like the one like that where it's, even if Wiggs catches it, I think it was throwing it to Wiggs, it's still a tough play. So just let the action happen and keep the game under control. Win the possession game. It's always big for us.
So he gets it. Kerr gets it. The leaders get it. And everybody's going to fall in line behind that. When your leader, like Steph Curry, is getting – it's just like Tim Duncan and Popovich. Popovich would yell at Tim Duncan all the time. And Tim Duncan accepted it. And other players say, wait a minute. Tim Duncan's a first ballot Hall of Famer, top 10 player, one of the greatest power forwards we've ever seen in this league, and he's getting berated by a head coach and accepting it? Then who the hell am I to talk back to the coach, right? So everybody on this team has followed the line, and you hear from Buddy, you hear from Loon, you hear from everybody. Steph's our leader. So when they see that, they said, okay, we all should be able to accept criticism then. And that helps Steve Kerr coach even better, and it empowers Steve Kerr as the head coach, and it empowers Jerry Stackhouse and Terry Stotts, and now they're all in unison. Now they're all in sync.
It's so funny you bring that up because, like, I have and I'm taking a quick right turn. We'll get right back to the Warrior part of it, but I'm umpiring the game the other day. This is a 9U game, and kids are making mistakes, and I'm the umpire, and I have the belief that even almost through high school, to a degree, it's still instructional. I'm like, Steph Curry has a coach. Steph Curry's learning and I'll say this to people, Steph Curry is learning new nuances of the game, and they're critiquing him and all. Your son is 9 or your daughter is 9. Like, take a deep breath. Like, we can explain what a balk is before we go on. And I guess the bigger point that I'm going at is that the beauty of the greatest players ever, Tom Brady, Jerry Rice, Montana, Steph, they are allowed to be coached.
Coachable.
The ones that think that they know everything have stopped growing and they plateau, no matter what level it is. And so, yeah, that's what makes them different and special. I will give Steve Kerr this too. How many times did I text the group thread, don't like this lineup last year, don't like this combination, don't like this, get this guy in there. I find myself saying that so few while I'm watching these games. Wow, love Kyle Anderson with this combo. Wow, love Jonathan Kuminga right here, right now. Love what I'm seeing from Pajemski with this group of guys. Like, he is pulling all the right strings right now.
You know what? But it's also, too, I think Steve Kerr just trusts his bench a lot more than he did in the past.
It's that simple?
Because I don't think it's that simple, but I think when you have a lot of youngsters on a team that haven't contributed to championships, it takes a lot for a coach to trust. And so when you think about what was coming off the bench the last few years, there wasn't a lot of trust. There wasn't a lot of trust, and I thought Steve Kerr had trust issues with the JKs, with the Moses Moody's. How many calls did we take about playing JK or Moody more? You know what I'm saying?
Quietly really good last night.
But I think this transition started post All-Star break. Post All-Star break, Clay shifted to the bench. Whether he liked it or not, he shifted to the bench. Pod started. And then TJD started playing. Remember, TJD didn't play basically for the first three. We didn't know who he was. It was like TJD, Trey Jackson Davis, okay. And then he starts games. And he starts playing well. And I think that shift right there, it started last season with Steve Kerr saying, okay, I need to trust these youngsters. They're going to make mistakes, but I need to play them to play through these mistakes because they need reps and game action. And so I think it actually started last year post All-Star break, and you're starting to see it follow through here. Now you're getting Moses Moody to start games. GP2's coming off the bench. JK started games. He's coming off the bench. He's empowering his bench, but he's also empowering the youngsters as well because I just think he trusts them a lot more. I think there were some trust issues the last couple of years with this bench because it was a lot of youngsters on that bench.
Yeah, there was. It's just the way that they've built this team, it just feels like they finally got a variety of dudes that all understand that, like, if we're winning, we'll all be playing well. As opposed, like, as who said it, agendas.
No
and
agendas.
I don't think that's a Clay-directed thing. I'm talking team-wide. Draymond doesn't seem like he's on an agenda. Dre feels like he is, like, committed to being on his best behavior.
Well, champion to change.
Yeah.
He admitted it. Last year, I stunk and I blew it for my team. They won 46 games. He missed 27. He knows it. So, it was a lot going on last season. It's not just Clay. GP2 wasn't healthy. Wiggins had personal issues. He had injuries. JK was trying to find his way. Pods and TJD are their first year in the NBA. They don't know how to travel as NBA players. You know what I mean? This is their first go-round. Steph is playing, but he's thinking, boy, it's clunky around here. Looney wasn't in the best shape last season. Looney admitted that. You know how he admitted that? Because he came back this year 30 pounds lighter. So that tells you everything you know about Looney last season. Chris Paul, was it a great fit? Probably not. He was a professional, but it wasn't the greatest fit. So there was a lot going on last year with this basketball team, and it got back to being a team basketball. This team is rolling right now. Look, we got to be happy about the Celtics win. We'll see what happens tomorrow night in Cleveland, but I'm fired up on where this thing is going. BPA, Miguel, Samita, Adam, we're going to get to everybody here. Everybody. Law Murray's coming up on the other side. Let's stagger Law Murray. Let's take a couple calls before we get the Law, and then we'll get everybody else on hold. But we'll get a couple people in here before we get the Law Murray on the morning roast, and that's all brought to you by his Law Murray wrote the power rankings in the Athletic. I'm going to read power rankings for the first time in years because of Shasky here, but that's coming up brought to you by the Inn at the Tides. Picture yourself, Shasky, it's Bedoni and Lubman in a cozy room by the fire, sipping hot chocolate, enjoying breathtaking views of Bodega Bay with the lobster roll in the box on the table. Doesn't that sound good? Doesn't it feel great?
It does.
This time of year is magical. At the Inn at the Tides. And you know what? They got a special midweek rate starting at just $159 per night. Book your escape now. InnAtTheTides.com. Do you believe?
Don't look now, but the Warriors are hotter than
Draymond there. The three is going to be way short. Grab by Looney. Put back. Good. Looney.
Take it away, Bonte.
All right, JK, solid game for you last night. 17 minutes, 57 seconds for him off the bench, but he played some solid defense, 4 rebounds, 10 points, going to the cup. I like where JK's at, 2 or 3 from the three-point line, being very selective there, and he's buying into his role next to Buddy Hield off that Warriors bench. All right, before we get to Law Murray of the Athletic and get through his power rankings, this is going to be great. I haven't talked to Law in a long time. Let's go to, I'm going to start with Adam in the City. We'll rat-a-tat-tat. Let's rat-a-tat-tat all these calls. Adam in the City, you start off first. What's up?
Yeah, good morning, guys. I just wanted to talk about and highlight how impressed I was with the defensive intensity from the jump last night. I mean, we're 8 games into the season, and last night looked like a playoff game. It was crazy. You got people hustling. Tatum's throwing Wiggins off because he's playing hard defense on him, and just kudos to Wiggs for his defense. And the last thing I wanted to say was just how good the bench is. Every member's contributing. Slow-mo hitting 3 threes in a row. Buddy, obviously, Kuminga. I'm really impressed with this team, and this type of formula is built for success for the rest of the season, I think.
I appreciate it. Appreciate that call. That's a good point. The defensive intensity right away, Shasky. Stackhouse's imprint on the defensive end of the floor alongside Ron Adams hitting hard doubles, blitzing the screener and then pick and roll, just blitz. You know what? We're just going to blitz your ass. Do something with the basketball. Now, people will adjust to it. Teams will adjust. And I'm eager to see what the counter is to that adjustment.
But I think I keep going back to like the legs. The legs of this team seem to be so much quicker than in years past, because how many times did they trap at the top? I'm talking the second Tatum caught the ball at the top of the key, and then they hustled back and scrambled. There were multiple 4-on-5s in the other way for Boston, and yet they didn't lose like a guy going straight to the rim and give up, easy buckets. I think in years past, boom, 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 2 or 3 passes, and the Warriors were giving up a backdoor layup or a dunk.
No doubt.
That's not the case anymore.
No doubt. Let's go to BPA real quick. BPA real quik before we get to Law Murray.
Oh, BPA.
BPA. Talk to me, BPA. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing well. How you guys doing? I don't have a great connection here, so apologies if this is not going to work. But
not today, buddy. Connection was terrible. Contact Floyd Water Plumbing, Jade at floydwater.net.
It's hard when you're calling from one of your 27 rooms in your mansion. I'm sure he doesn't get Wi-Fi all the way there.
Oh, gosh. Let's go to my
I
man.
assume that he's an entrepreneur mogul.
All right, let's bring in Law Murray, man. And look, I enjoy talking to guys like Law Murray, Evan Barnes, and because met these guys at the National Association of Black Journalists Convention, and we're all at the bottom, right? We're just trying to find a way to get into the business or whatnot. And from afar, Law Murray's become Mr. Clipper. He's everything with the Clippers. Beat writer, LA, you know it, you name it, NBA stuff. He's always locked into it. And Law, I got to say, as we bring you in here to the Morning Roast, and good morning to you as we bring him in on the River Islands guest line, my man Joe Shasky here goes, I'm looking at the power rankings, and I don't read a lot of power rankings. I'm not going to lie. And so he goes, I'm a sucker for power rankings. This guy named Law Murray wrote these power rankings. He has the Warriors at 4. And I started chugging. He goes, it's this journalist named Law. I was like, Law Murray? The Law? Oh, I know Law. And next thing you know, we make the call. We bring you on here. So, Law, good morning to you, man. You're doing a hell of a job covering the Clippers.
Hey, good morning, and thank you for reading the power rankings. This is the first time in my life that I'm doing it. I feel you. I don't read them a whole lot either, but I'm reading them Johns now.
And you're a Philly guy. As you just gave that away by saying John. And, of course, you have the Warriors at 4 in the early season. And so you follow the NBA as well as anybody out there. What have you seen from the Warriors that make you put them in tier 1 of your power rankings?
Man, they winning games, like, straight up. It's a meritocracy for me. Like, I feel like a lot of people look at these power rankings and they immediately are going to the spring. It's like,